Okay.
Do I do
recording.
the...
Who's doing
Right.
the recap?
Previously in Olympian Land's Stand, our heroes follow the Hades Raven to a small city. The party goes to get a place to stay when they find out the people has hub issues. Meanwhile, Greganos goes to find out what happened in the far part of the city and stumble with a full military defense taking part. Ulysses reads field fishes. Alexandros gets materials and works in the forge to pay them. Temeron spars with some militiamen and finds out his magic stick is magic, and Greganos goes for hunting. Suddenly, a letter asking them to a meeting appears. Who is this shady character? It is a trap. Will Greganos and Ulysses be safe? All this and more in the next 4 hours. There you go.
I'm so
Alright,
tempted.
cool.
I'm so tempted
You're doing
to
that
just
from now
add
on.
the. I'm tempted to add the Top Gear music to that.
I honestly think that was the most I understood him in one whole set.
Hey, congratulations, you're doing this now every week.
Yeah,
doomed
I'm
yourself.
fine with it. Yeah, that's the difference of me reading and of me talking. Shape. I actually write everything down before I start.
I can speak.
Maybe we
When
should
it is
start
hard,
recording post-session intros.
That is how that is the blessing of our campaign.
Yeah.
No, it was really good. All right, so I mean, Ulysses found the note, and now he's just left. He's been left in the room by himself. So
You're right. It is still morning, and everyone else is gone.
So Ulysses has this note. Everyone's gone. Ulysses continues reading. So, what book am I on now? I need a refresher. I read the one about magical theory.
I think you're reading the other one about magical theory because you had two of those books: the book you didn't understand, and then the map book, or the Atlas almanac book, general knowledge stuff.
Let's see. I have a Ulysses journal entry. Yep, there we go.
Oh yeah, you've got a fancy journal that I don't think I get to see.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
This is hidden journal. I could make one that for everyone to see. But you need to ask Ulysses about that.
Don't worry about it.
So, are we back in the inn? I mean, I'm not inside the inn because it's too fucking small. But
where we left off was me and Greganos meeting up at the smithy where Alexandros worked, talking for a bit, and then suddenly realizing we've left Ulysses alone at the end.
Oh yeah, all right.
Oh yeah, by the way, remember how Sonny, you said it would take like 5 days to do one sword under normal
Realistically, yes.
No.
He is efficient.
I don't know where you got that from, but they're wrong.
Google.
Google's wrong.
When is Google ever right? Let's be honest.
Okay, because I was thinking, I thought about it afterwards, and I thought, hang on, 5 days sounds so excessive. No, it would take, assuming you're cycling out the swords, so you've got one in the fire and one on the anvil, you could get 2 preforms done in about 2 hours, then about half hour each on a grinding wheel, and then a half hour each to get the handles done. And that gets you 2 swords. I'm not doing any fancy finishes on it. It's not a piece of art. It's a
military grade equipment.
A sharp piece of metal.
Basically,
it takes a katana to be made in about a month and a half.
I mean, that's a very nice sword, though. These are you go out here, use your thing, it'll fall apart in about 3 months. Good luck till then.
I mean, we're not talking about like katana artisans that do this, fold it 10,000 times so it can cut through bullets thing.
In medieval Europe, it took a standard blacksmith about a week to make a decent average steel longsword.
These are ancient Greek sci-fi. They're not.
I know. I'm just reading. Just reading basic.
I mean, if you think about
I hate
what a
when
sword is, I mean,
fight.
it is just a piece of metal that's sharpened on two ends and has a handle.
Also, steel and bronze are quite different in how they
That
can
is
work.
true.
Oh yeah,
Bronze is
a lot easier to
bronze
work,
moves
yeah.
like butter compared to steel. So easy to work.
very true.
Anyway,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So going
anyway.
down the blacksmithing route.
so yeah, we leave Ulysses alone. Shit. Do you want to go check on him?
Yep, we should probably do that. I hope he hasn't been discovered.
Alright, I stay outside. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
And we go to the
To the
inn.
end. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you entering or no?
I'm not entering.
All right. So, Tamron, you walk back in, and since this morning, it hasn't changed except for the fact that the barkeep is now a really old man, like the extent of if you blew on him, he would have fall over, age-wise. Other than that, the main hall is relatively the same. There isn't many people about. It is still quite early in the morning. Most people are still like in bed or just waking up.
So I will greet the barkeep and then go up to the room where Ulysses is.
He gives you a good nod and just continues making food for the day. As you go up the stairs, you noticed there's this like dark liquid. It's kind of sticky up the stairs as you're climbing up the stairs. And once you get to the hallway, it continues and it gets larger in the amount of this liquid.
Okay, where is this coming from? Does it smell?
It was a little salty and tangy, metallic-y.
Oh, I know what that is.
Oh shit.
There's a murder outside the door. You have no idea.
Anyway, I'm going to knock on the door of Ulysses' room.
Okay.
Whatever room he is in.
He would be in the room that you two shared last night, and Ulysses, you hear a nice little on the door.
Right. I'll open the door. I'll say in my, who is it?
Relax, it's just me.
Oh, okay. He opens the door.
You know,
Hello.
have you heard anything suspicious in the last couple hours?
And Ulysses,
have
as
I?
you look down, there's like these dark footprints that are following Tamron. You have not. You've been stuck in your book all morning and all night.
No, but there seems to be footsteps behind you.
What? I immediately turn around.
And you see also very dark footprints of your feet.
Where did you step in?
Oh,
Well, anyways, before we get to that, someone delivered a note. It says, I hold up the bloody burr. Is it actually a blood-covered burr, or is it just a burr?
It's just a name. They gave you a letter, a piece of paper.
Letter. All right, okay. So I pulled up the thing. So someone slipped this underneath the door. Reads it out. Meet under the pier on the third night. Signed, the bloody burr. Very mysterious. But I couldn't really get out, so I just kind of stayed here. I've had some reading. I don't know if you're very interested, but I know a lot more about druidic magic. If you care to know.
Fair point.
Is that a yes?
Maybe.
That's more than I've gotten in a long time. So I'll take that, and we will wait, and we'll see if it turns into a no or it turns into a yes, and hopefully it turns into a yes, because I do like teaching is the best way to cement stuff into your memory. But yes, there seems to be blood on the floor. Is it blood?
Is it blood?
I looked. Ulysses goes down and looks at the stuff closely. Is it red? Is it just?
Yeah, it is red.
He gets a little like he gets like a corner. He has some old paper that he's like to dab in the thing and pull it up. I think it's blood. What did you step in?
Oh,
Did you murder someone? Do you have a hole in your foot?
no.
You sure? Look at your
Whatever
foot.
it is, it was not here when I left, and now it's gunking up the whole stair. Come on.
We should probably clean it.
Let's see
do I have
where
something
this.
that can clean it?
Let's see where this comes from.
Just give me. This is gonna. I've got 3 cantrips. So we just only get 3 cantrips.
What?
Okay, so Ulysses is just gonna make a minor illusion to try to hide the blood.
Okay.
So he'll make the 5 feet of area just not look like blood. I mean, it's still
Okay.
there, but
So where exactly are you doing this?
I mean, it's more than 5 feet area, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I usually wouldn't do it. Then I've like, I'm not exactly a cleanup detail, but mops. Do you have a mop? You know, of course, you don't have a mop.
No.
Hmm.
We should probably tell the barkeep after
He's
we found.
I
where
mean,
this
I need to
comes
get out of
from.
here. So, I'm actually go out the window. Where do you want to meet up? They're very racist, aren't they? Can I just go out the front? If I just meet you guys out front, please keep them from stoning me to death. I've been stoned before. It's not fun.
I have many
Before-
questions.
Before we I'm actually
go check where this leads.
Good luck.
Gregonos
Should I
Gregonos is
come with you?
actually sorry, Gregonos is actually on the outside part, facing the windows.
Okay. Ulysses?
Do you want me to come with you, Tamron?
It would be helpful if, we suddenly run into some crazed psychopath, but
I mean, they may think I'm the murderer. They seem very racist. Or
fair
speciest.
point.
Hoofist. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I can be useful. I'm all ready to go. Makes a little flash of magic in his hand. I've been reading a lot. It tends to get me ready for a fight.
Given what this is, I'd rather you go meet up with Gregonos and notify Alexandros of this.
All right, I'll send him in. Ta-ta. This is going to turn around, go to the window, and begin the process of climbing out the window.
Are you going to use like spider climb, or are you just going to like hop down?
I mean, it's not a far drop. We're on the 2nd story, right?
Yeah, it's about like 15, 20 feet.
I mean, I can jump that high, so 15, 20 feet. I'll get out the window, and I mean, can I try to scale down?
Yeah, Gregonos see Ulysses coming out of the window, make and goes immediately down where he is and just prepare to catch him.
I mean, the building itself is like made out of rough stone, so like there's footholds and everything.
All right, yeah, I'm good at climbing. I'll take my time and climb down. As long as there's no one like to see me climbing out the window. I mean, I look before I go out the window. Of course, I would look out the window. I see Gregonos, I assume, and I also see anyone watching.
I mean, there are many people out and about. No one's like particularly watching you.
I'll just try to get out quick and scale down.
Okay.
12 on athletics or acrobatics.
I mean, you get down.
All right.
I mean, nothing too
How's your-
difficult for you.
How's your day been, Greganos? I had a lot of reading done. You want to know about, say, divine magic or druidic magic?
I have a little of nature magic myself, yes, but they are all attack spells. Not that I particularly good magic, but for the rest, pretty good. I hunt 3 deers, bring it to the innkeeper, and she asked me if there were poison. Who hunts deer with poison arrows?
I know, they
don't know.
seem very racist.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, let's
why
go.
are you?
Also, there's
Why?
blood
Why?
inside, and Tamron's going to investigate. We should probably go talk to Alexander. Sorry, I would love to get into this discussion about druidic magic. Because it turns out that when you killed those deer, you released a little bit of ambient mana into the atmosphere. Very interesting. It could be used
Or-
for. This is being
Alright.
waxing eloquent about purposes as we walk around the front.
Sounds good.
Okay, Alexandros is in the blacksmith. Go get him.
Oh.
I stay here just in case Temer needs help.
All right, where's the blacksmith? I have not left that room for 2 days.
Oh, yeah, that way.
All right, Ulysses will begin going that direction. Also, what do I do if they attack me? Run here, put them all to sleep, and maybe I'll try to avoid. Will they attack me?
They will not attack you. They haven't attacked me, and I'm not a particularly cheerful fella.
Yeah, but I look very
So-
bullyable. They tend to like to do that.
Okay, if they try to attack you, it depends of the distance. You come back here or go to Alexandros. Please
Got
don't
it. All right,
hurt
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going away. Good. Yep, got it. Good luck. Bye bye. Ulysses will begin scamper off to find Alexandros.
And you just hear a little slowly fade away. And then you hear a muffled shout and a curse. And then you hear some clapping getting louder and louder. Then you see Ulysses come and go down another street as he took the wrong street corner.
Well,
You don't know where you're going. You just got a general direction.
yeah, I'm running. I'm looking for a blacksmith sign. Yeah, it's find it eventually.
Eventually. All right, Cameron. As all of that is happening, you are still in the room with your bloody footprints on the floor.
Now I gotta clean. See where this leads. And this time I'm trying to do it stealthily and not stepping in the trail of gunk.
Okay. I will let you know the hallway there's no lights in the hallway. But if you're gonna go stealthily, can you roll a stealth check for me?
Oh fuck.
Phil was in the inn, right?
Yeah.
Was he in the inn or was he? Had he not
Yeah,
gone
he
fishing?
was in the inn.
You fishing?
No, that was the day before.
Yeah.
You tell me, have you left yet, or are you still inside? Shave.
I thought I was still fishing.
All right, he's still fishing.
All right,
He's not even.
he's still
He's not
fishing.
even.
Okay, yeah. Just want to make sure.
Okay. All right.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Big Fish?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have to see that.
I am
forgot.
fishing like that.
Oh shit. I know the meme.
Ulysses
All right, so-
hacking away.
That's the sound. That's the sound of hip hopes. Yeah.
All right. So
He runs very fast.
so you are you
Wait,
getting
can you
any
type
lights or anything, or you're just stepping out in the hallway?
Into a hallway.
So you come out And whatever the dim light is left, because most of the doors are still closed and there's no sources of light in this hallway. And you are going the direction away from the stairs because that is where most of this stuff is coming from your understanding of you've walked through before and you used your brain. And you get about 10 feet until you don't feel that stickiness on the floor anymore. The hallway still continues. Okay? There is, to the best of your ability, there's nothing on the floor. It's just wood.
And we try to determine if the trail turns into a
You do notice it doesn't go into any room. It's interesting because the trail kind of ends in between two doors under a bracket where a torch would be.
those two rooms. Would they be the rooms that we had booked, or
No, they're not your rooms.
can I closely inspect the floor where the trail ends?
So the trail ends. It doesn't. Okay, the best way to picture this it goes beyond one room into the little space in between the two doors, and then at the next door there is no. The trail ends. So it could possibly be coming from the room, or it could be from in between the rooms.
Well, given Tamron probably has seen his fair share of secret us during his travels, he's going to attempt to pull on the.
What was that? You cut out for me.
Yeah, cut out for me as well.
He's going to pull on. I'm going to pull on the. Trying to rip it off, just seeing if it's gonna budge in any.
I'm having a very hard time hearing you.
Okay. Testing. 1, 2.
I
Better?
think you might need to get a bit closer to your mic because you're sounding a bit quiet.
You can just turn them up in Discord.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Better?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better.
So apparently I cannot turn on noise suppression with my laptop, so yay. And wait, Tamron is going to pull on the torch fixture. Not enough to pull it off a wall, just to see if it's gonna budge in any way, like swivel or rotate.
It does. After a little bit of pushing and pulling. But it's not in the sense of like a secret passage doorknob, but more of like it's old and not very well taken care of.
I'm going to go back to the door of the previous room and knock on the door.
Okay, so you knock on the door and there's no response coming from the other side of that door.
Okay. I try and open the door a tiny bit. Is it locked?
The door isn't locked. And as you push to open the door, a nice loud creak as you slowly open the door.
Well, so much for trying to sneak. And I open the door a bit further, enough to look into the room.
You peek into the room, and whatever was once there isn't there anymore, and everything else that is left is in shambles. The bed is splintered, and there's feathers everywhere. The table and the chairs also in splinters.
Oh, this isn't going to go well. I open the door fully.
So, the rest of the room, interestingly enough, the window is perfectly fine, but everything on the inside has been smashed. And the little crate that isn't standard, there's this extra chest that has been not torn apart like everything else in the room. It has just been opened, but everything on the inside of it has been obliterated to almost absolutely unrecognizable features of just paper, leather, and wood.
Somebody searched for something and didn't find it. Oh, bother, how am I going to explain this? And I close the door back up and head down to the barkeep.
On your way down to the barkeep, you notice all the blood has been... It's just gone.
Gone? Even
Gone.
my footsteps?
The footsteps in your room are still there, but the hallway and the stairs they're perfectly wooden, perfectly dry. The same as when you first walked up them.
Okay, what the heck? Either Ulysses did a very thorough job or something doesn't add up. And I'm going to turn around again and check the room again.
Okay. Your footsteps aren't there anymore, but I'm guessing you're going to thoroughly examine where you were walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see faint traces of your bloody footprints, but they're almost gone.
Oh, bugger. Okay, this does not bode well. Is the room still trashed?
The other room, it is.
Okay, so at least that did not change. In that case, I am going to go to the barkeep for real this time and ask him who had booked that room, as there seems to have been some sort of fight in there.
See you in it. And he's with a look of concern on his face, because nobody rented that room, and even if they did, he wouldn't tell you. And even as you're saying this, you understand that in this establishment. If anything happened, you would hear of it, especially to the degree of that state of that room. And he's very concerned at what your accusation is, as well as if it is true, what has perspired in his establishment.
Yet another headache to solve. Would you mind allowing one of my companions to investigate? He is quite proficient with magic.
He kind of looks at you, he's like, are you the police? What are you doing investigating? No one's even in that room.
No, but something like this definitely does not happen under ordinary circumstances.
You lashing out accusations like that is pretty unorthodox. No one's been in that room. Now I ask you again. What is it to you, and what's your business here?
Business here is just as a way station to wherever we may go next. However, finding a trail of what is presumably blood on the stairs leading to a completely trashed room, and when
Blood?
I turn around,
Where's the blood?
has vanished. Which is why I'm going to bring my friend.
He kind of leans over the counter, looks into your eyes, gets really close, and he's like, how much have you drank last night?
None.
Kind of like looks at you like not trusting what you're saying and not believing it at all, and just kind of leans back and is like, who's your friend?
That does not concern you. If you
Now
wish me
listen
to
here.
inform the
This
city
is
guard as well, I will
this is
gladly
my
do
establishment. You're just a traveler here. Don't make me call the guard on you. Now, like I said, who's your friend?
Fine then. A satyr by the name of Ulysses.
What's he going to
And
do?
hopefully find out whatever glamour magic has hidden all of this.
There's no glamour magic around. You're crazy. There's no magic users in this town. Most of them are sent off to the war.
I have a suspicion that there might be a few left. And
Yeah,
with that, I'm
petty
going
thieves
to
and...
walk out.
Okay. What are you going to do? Because at this point, Greganos is still out there, waiting for you.
Well, I'm going to inform Greganos of what happened. Specifically, the trashed room and the blood trail suddenly vanishing on me.
Huh. Well, either the inn is a mimic, or we need Ulysses and Alexandros to see if someone was there.
Oh, we will definitely need Ulysses. There is some sort of magic involved, I'm sure of it.
Alright, I go to see if I can find it. Because now that I realize I sent him to the blacksmith, and yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
I mean,
I,
can I roll an investigation to see if I find the blacksmith?
Yeah, can you roll me a d20?
Investigation?
I mean, okay,
Plus that.
whatever. That's still you still have to roll for that, don't you?
Oh, nat 20. Yeah, this is a nat 20 on.
Nailed it!
And, at blacksmithy.
Despite not actually knowing where you're going, you had a good sense of direction. And the one person you had to ask for help was very kind and gave you all the directions you needed, not only to where the blacksmith is, but also to the general store, the library, as well as the stables and the garrison, as well as a nice sweet shop for sweets, because you seemed like you wanted some sweets, and because she thought you were cute and wanted some sweets.
And you got his phone for a date.
He went to the library. Ulysses just like, well, thank you. All right, he heads to the blacksmithy. I assume this is going on concurrently with the stuff in there. So
yes.
I'm gonna find Alexandros.
You find him out in open market-esque area, and he is one of 4 other men working at the smiths, banging out hot red blades of different kinds, both swords and axes.
I'll wait until I see. Doesn't seem like he's doing anything very sensitive. So and he'll run up. Hello, Alexandros. There seems to be a situation back at the inn. I received a note underneath the door talking about a meeting with someone called the Bloody Burr. I don't know if you know anything about it.
I love that Ulysses
also
is
lots of blood. There was lots of blood. Cameron walked in. He went to investigate it, and probably didn't want to see me have me seen next to you. So I was sent by Reganos to come find you. So I think we're needed back at the inn. If you're, I mean, you seem busy, but could you be less busy?
I love he just say all that in loud.
I just look at Ulysses with this kind of.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone would be able to hear me. We're in the middle of a blacksmith forge. It's pretty loud.
Yeah, that's actually fair.
But they're also 4 people very close to each other.
Well, it's not like I'm sharing an anvil with them.
His head. Yeah, I mean, I'll move up. I'll try to be at least somewhat. He's not. At least he's definitely not an idiot. He is intelligent.
Okay, just remember to say things like that before, because it does sound like you're just screaming it out in public. I'll give you a pass on this time.
All right,
because I will let you know that they definitely heard you.
I mean, trying to tell me to show up. I'm sure I got a bunch of bad looks the moment I showed up, so that would probably give him the mind to shut up.
Okay, so does the Bloody Bird ring any bells for me, or
no?
No.
To your knowledge, you have no idea what they are.
Okay.
And you don't know this at all. That you're confused as if if he's talking about a person or like an actual burr that's covered in blood.
I mean, Ulysses will pull out his if you ask. Yeah, go ahead.
What? Hang on. So you got a letter from something calling itself a Bloody Burr.
Oh,
and
yes,
then
yes.
there was blood everywhere.
Outside. Yes. I don't know. I was just reading my book. I don't know when that happened. But Tamron stepped in it? It's very... It was quite a mess. But here's a note. Ulysses will pop out his spellbook and pull out the... he had it in his hand. He'll just open his spellbook to a certain page and pull out the note and show it to Alexandros.
Okay.
At this point, you'd stop working and give your full attention to him, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So at this point, like, I've put the hammer down and just taken the letter and looked through it. I don't know. Does the handwriting seem familiar? Does anything stand out to me?
Make an investigation check, but writing does not.
Okay, investigation.
Not that you could tell.
What is with all these sevens?
Welcome to the Shitty Roll Club.
Yay! Glad to be here. I mean,
It's a
that's
fun
a lie.
place.
It's a lie, but
I got my only nat 20 the day finding a blacksmith. So.
Yeah, that was actually pretty impressive. Yeah.
Oh, he actually he also found where the library was, which is much more important.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was that or you getting lost. So.
But we should probably get back to the inn. Just saying, Blood, Temerin going off and by himself. I could have helped, but let's go.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, so DM, quick question: how many swords have I got done by this point?
What is this? The second day?
It is the second day, yeah.
It's been about a few hours since you woke up and started working, so it's about early morning. I'd say about like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And we did say it would take you about 3 days to do all of them. So roughly, let's say you got about 4 or 5 done.
Okay, how many do I need total again? I've forgotten.
I think 12.
12. Okay. 12, 4 or 5 done.
Yeah, about a third, a little bit more than a fourth. Third done.
Okay. Yeah, so if we're about halfway through the day, I'll just put the ones that I've got, that have already gone through the quench. I will lower the temperature of the forge, stick them in so that they will temper, so that I'm not wasting the time I'm not at the forge.
Okay.
And once I've done that, I will follow Ulysses back to wherever it is we're going.
Okay.
Actually,
yes.
I will specify this. Just thought, I left the defender in the room next to Ulysses in case somebody went into, to pulverize him or something.
In the same room or the room next over?
No, in my room, which is the one, I think it was the one before his.
Yes.
So it's in my room, waiting to hear if Ulysses gets attacked or not. So I want to go and pick the guy up.
Okay. When you programmed him, because I don't remember if you specified this when you were doing this, was it if you heard him like squeal in danger kind of thing, or just like check up on him if there's any weird sounds, or just if anyone's coming up the stairs, bust open the door kind of thing?
It was
because
if it sounds like there's danger, bust through the wall and defend him.
Okay.
Also, if I call him, come over,
Mm-hmm.
That was basically it. There was nothing more than that.
Okay. All right. So then you're headed back to the inn.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm guessing Ulysses is coming with you.
Yep.
All right. Chave, are you still fishing?
Shave, you alive?
He's fishing. You got to be quiet for the fish.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm here. Sorry, I had to mute my mic so I wouldn't be disrupting the background noise.
Perhaps do we walk by Shave fishing on the way
Shave,
back?
is not fishing.
What you guys see is me sitting I'm sitting in the middle of a dirt field with. Hello. Let me get a box of Thin Mint.
Yeah, so this train that you guys recently picked up as a companion is just in the middle of Alexander, so you actually would recognize this as the place Tamarin was testing out his magic staff, and he's just with a fishing pole that came out of nowhere that you've not seen him with. Just he happens to have one now, and he's just casting it into the dirt.
Into the dirt.
I mean, have we walked up on him doing this?
I mean, you're passing by him.
That is strange.
And somehow I have fish on a string.
He's caught something.
I can create water, and I can speak to animals.
How
you have no idea what I have. You have no idea what I've actually done.
You don't know. He might have just had a pack of fish in his pocket. He would just attaching them to the string and be like, "Yeah, guys, I caught all of this, of course."
And on the end of my line is just a rock tied. So I'm doing this completely just to make everybody confused.
Well, should we ask him to come? You know what? I'm just gonna yell across the thing. Phil, do you want to come back to the inn instead of rock fishing?
I just raise up my hand, thumbs up, and I start picking up and grabbing all.
Okay.
Huh. Oh, that is strange. If there's actual reason for that, I need to find out what it is.
You do that. I'm curious as to how that was working.
No, I'll
1 second.
I'll get you the
One
good information.
second, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the three of you get right up to the inn. No issues.
Let's go find Gregonos. He was around the back. Move around the back to find Gregonos.
Yeah.
At this point, Gregonos and Tamarin are together.
Okay.
Down a side street.
While he's going around the back, I'm going up, getting the defender, who I'm hoping is at least by now, his full 2-meter tall self.
If you're working on him at night.
I was.
Yeah.
I did say.
Then, yes, you did.
Yep.
Yeah. 2 meters. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Much bigger than he was last time.
I mean,
you work fast, my friend.
Well, yeah.
Okay. He is now a 6 foot tall metal man. Thing for those American viewers, if there are any.
6 feet?
Yes. Yeah, 2 meters. That's 6 feet.
I actually think it's 6.3.
Okay, if you want to be okay, you know what? If they're talking to any American person, they hear 2 meters and they're going to say 6 feet. They're not going to. They don't even know what the conversion to a foot.
What is a yard?
Yeah, they don't even know what yards are. Let's be honest.
I mean, are you thinking English yard, Scottish yard, Welsh yard?
1/100th of a football field is about what a yard is. That's how you find it out. Logic.
You weigh.
Yeah, sorry.
6.5. 6.5.
Okay, so 6.5 feet. Just say 2 meters.
Yeah.
Just say
2 meters. 6 feet and 6 inches. Anyways, you go upstairs to your companion.
Yeah.
I'm still upside. So just for the record.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just say, okay, buddy, we got work to do. Come on. And we just walk back down.
As you're walking back down, you notice, because you've been around town relatively and you've been talking with everyone else at the blacksmith at least, and I've seen the guards, and you've been talking to Tamarin, and you heard descriptions. You do recognize the city guard, or what is presumed to be the city guard, who the soldiers that you saw when you first entered the town. off to the corner talking to the elderly man who was behind the bar when you walked in.
Oh, so the barkeep's talking to the city guard.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to just walk past and pretend I didn't notice that, but I'm going to file that information away for later.
Okay.
Because I'm already wary of the owners of this establishment after what happened when we tried to get a bed here.
Okay. For keeping safe, have you had a name for your metal man yet?
I don't have a name for him yet. No, I've not named him.
All right.
I just don't want it to be Greaterbot. Because
I concur.
Didn't we settle for
Lancelot or
Cedar?
something. I don't know.
Didn't we settle for Cedrus?
for what, sorry?
Cedrus.
Theros?
I think it's iron in.
Ooh. Iron in Greek?
Well, anyways,
Uh,
that was just for my sake. So you and your
Cedro.
Iron Defender walk out into the street once again.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're going to go down the side street to go to the rest of the gang. Where Tamron,
Yep.
Greganos. Yep. Alright, there are 5 of you all together for the first time in 2 days.
So how'd it go, Tamron? What was the blood from?
I do not know. The trail led up to a room behind the ones we rented, and then stopped short. The room was completely trashed. Everything was overturned, like somebody was searching for something and didn't find it.
How do you know they didn't find it?
However, in the room there was no blood, no bodies, and the innkeeper said that he hadn't rented this room out. And when I went back down, the blood was just gone.
Can everyone roll a perception check for me? And you guys could continue talking.
Yeah, by the way, there was...
Sorry, I actually rolled 2.
They've got the guard up there. The innkeeper's called the city guard, it seems. They were talking while I went out.
That's never good.
Oh, bugger. Yeah, I might have been acting a little bit suspicious in asking about all this.
But there was no blood when I went up, though. So...
Well, I mean, there's no way. No one came down this thing with a freaking squeegee, did they?
What's a squeegee?
I don't know what...
It's an ancient technology for picking up loose fluids.
As
Very book.
I would have assumed that Tamron would have seen that.
Tamron, while everyone's talking, you out of the corner of your eye notice across the street into one of the other alleys, you see a flash of a hand and a hood just disappear in the shadows.
Tamron is immediately going to go into full alert mode towards that alley. Okay, we are being watched.
Where?
That alleyway over there. Hooded figure, couldn't see the face. Hook hand.
Okay, let's see if he leaves some tracks. Greganos
Well,
go
let's see
to
if there's
the
anything
other
magic.
way.
I should be able to see through the wall if there's anything obviously magical. If it's just traces from a spell, there won't be anything. But Ulysses is going to quickly cast, using his ability, he's going to quick cast Detect Magic. And he's just going to move up to the edge of the inn. Do I see anything? It's wooden walls, I assume, or is it stone?
It's stone.
I'll have that up for the next 10 minutes. All right. I can magic now, so if there's anything inside the inn, I wouldn't mind checking out. If something was cast very recently, I should be able to see some traces.
Okay.
You know,
I think you will have seen it if you just peek out a window.
Oh yes. Well, the room's up there. Just climb back into the window.
Greganos just go to the alley that Severon says, and I don't know, use investigation or survival to see if the shady person leaves some tracks or something.
that'd be an investigation.
Investigation. I'm not proficient in that. Okay, let's see. Nope. I don't see shit.
I guess we're going over here. This little. I do want to see what's it. I'm gonna go check it out real quick.
Check what out?
If there's any traces, they'll probably be fading quick if it was just a spell. So Ulysses wants to climb up back to the window.
Okay, are you going to use spider climb or are you going to rock climb?
No, he's going to save it. He's an acrobatic. He's just to try to scamper up.
All right, acrobatics check, please. Okay.
That's not bad.
You very easily go in and up to the top.
Go.
Climb in, look at the hall.
What's your room? You went back into your room?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
I mean, I know the window's open there, so.
Yeah, that's fair. The hallway. Nothing's out of the ordinary from what you can tell.
No magic cast?
Nope.
I mean, I hope Tyrone mentioned which room. I assume. Well, I'm just gonna. I mean, if I see it, these were wooden walls inside here, so I'm just gonna walk down. Do I detect anything magical down the hallway?
You detect fragments of magic in the room that Tamron was talking about.
He's going to quickly cast mage armor on himself, and it would be nice if someone came with me, but he's going to push open the room and try to find what these fragments of magic are.
Okay, the door opens up again because it's still not locked, and you enter in, and you see a complete disaster, like a hurricane just swept through this room. Everything is in shambles and splintered and broken down.
All right, I'm looking right investigation. I'm trying to find just where the magical stuff is and what it is. Like spells cast or broken items.
In the chest that is it's still a chest. You do feel fragments of old magical pieces of paper, and among them you also find this sliver of white, like opal ivory white steel that has a very strong sense of magic.
I'm picking that up, picking up the paper fragments. Is that everything?
You can pick up the paper fragments, but I'm telling you right now, they're like thumbnail sized.
Oh, okay. It's nothing worth anything. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pick up the opal thing then.
Okay.
I hope this one doesn't explode like the last small gemstone, whatever. But anything else in the room of note? Maybe investigate really quick.
Nothing magical.
All right.
If you want to investigate any of the ruins of the bed or the cabinet in the chest.
Yeah.
Or any of the other things.
I mean, I don't know what he's going to get from this. How long would it take? If this investigation would take like 5 minutes, then he wouldn't do it. He'd just go back out.
Yeah, it would take a while. I mean, the room is completely destroyed. So if you want to find
Maybe
anything useful, you'd have to like look for it.
Yeah, we found the opal fragment, which is useful in itself. We'll find out what that is later. But he's going to run back out, or go back out in the hallway, close the door, and move back to the window, climb back down to everyone else.
All right.
How long did this all take? Like a minute?
Like 3-4. As you're running back into your room, you do hear creaks up the stairs.
I'm getting out that window ASAP.
Okay. You're gonna go down the same way you came out this morning, or are you gonna like bungee jump off?
No, I'm going out the same way I came. I've climbed up this thing like 2 times already. I got myself a little path set out.
But yeah, I mean, are you just gonna like take your time, or are you just gonna like belly flop out like?
Well,
ASAP jump out.
Window. No.
Okay.
I mean, I have the door to my room closed, and I'm gonna look down, make sure look down. Who's anyone else still outside?
I mean, there's people outside. I mean,
I didn't know, like my friends. Like, has everyone gone off into the alleyway?
No, they're all still there. Everyone but Greganos is still where you left them. Greganos is still on the other side, kind of like stamping into the dirt, like moving dirt and dust aside, looking for things, being kind of weird in the alleyway. And people are definitely looking at him like, what's going on with this guy?
All right. Before I go, I'll just try to listen at my door, and those people at footsteps, do I get like, is it clomping boots? Can I try to figure out like if either guardsmen coming upstairs or something else?
You hear boots, and you hear a little bit of metal clinking. You also hear like the footsteps of like someone without boots on.
All right, so I guess guardsmen. Okay. And do I detect any magic from that over that area?
No.
Okay. Well, then you climb down. Out and down. Do I have to keep rolling acrobatics, or have I gotten good enough
No,
this wall?
no. That was just going up. You're good.
All right. Yes, I found something. There was fragments of magical paper destroyed. They found where they found, but I also found this, and they'll show the opal fragment.
Okay, it's not an opal fragment. It's like a blade.
Blade. Okay.
Oh,
blade
it's like a
fragment.
blade.
It's made up.
What?
It's like a piece of. Think of it like if you took a knife and you chipped it, and then whatever that chipped piece, that's what you have, and it's made of like this white ivory opal color metal.
And do I know what magic it is? I know you hate this question, but it does have some use.
Do I recognize the material?
No, and it's. I always forget what's the offensive magic one. Abjuration? Evocation. That's the
Evocation.
one.
It's evocation magic, so it does create some sort of effect, or it did when it was full. Do I know? Is it powerful magic, or is this like a fragment of something stronger?
You wouldn't.
Huh?
You can't tell.
Okay,
it's a little bit. I mean, it's a fragment of what it used to be.
He'll hand it off to Alexandros.
Okay.
The guardsmen came upstairs. I think they're heading to the room now.
Good thing I got the defender out of there then, because he might have actually ganked them all. Okay, I take a look at the thing.
To note, if Temrin was suspicious, we might want him to leave here. There's town guard upstairs right now.
It's a good thing all my stuff is in my bag.
I got my books.
Yeah, okay.
We're at McDonald's.
Small question.
Yeah.
We were there for a long time.
Looking at the stone, does the material seem similar to the blade edge on my staff?
And then we were at Runza.
From
250 to 338.
They're not the same.
Okay.
Shave, we're hearing everything you're saying, by the way.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. 87.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. My wife was asking me about times.
Oh yeah, we heard.
No, yeah, it wasn't for it wasn't for us. It was for your disclosure. Not for. We don't mind, but just in case. I have a friend that I have it. shiny thing in my.
No,
I
she
I
just
have.
wanted to know what time she took her medication.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Anyway, getting back to it. But I think that Gregonos will be back by now.
Yeah, you'd be back right now. I mean, as I said, when Ulysses was coming down, he did see you investigating the dirt fruitfully and to no effect. But by now you're back.
I didn't find anything. But to be honest, I'm not really good looking for tracks in the city environment.
Crazy bread.
But okay.
I mean, I'm pretty good at finding things. If there's any, I don't know if they teleported or not. Probably not. They
didn't.
see
Where
a
does that
puff
alleyway
of
go?
I thought he
mana
did.
vapor.
Maybe we should find another inn to stay.
Yeah.
This one seems
it was
very sketchy.
it was this. Did the letter say night of the third day, right?
Mm-hmm. This is the. I mean, if they know when we came in, this is the second day. Of course, that
Okay.
is interesting of itself. They know we've been here.
Well, we've been watched by everyone. We did make quite the entrance when we got here. So. Anyway, I just remembered. I have this mysterious seed thing that that appeared in my room.
Mm-hmm. It didn't appear, but it was left there. Yeah. What about it?
Oh no, I'm telling them. I'm telling them.
Oh, okay.
So
Is it a burr?
I don't know what it is. So I take out the vial with the seed in it and I show it to them and say, okay, so what are we? Do you guys know what this is?
I've been in the forest before. I
Let's
think it's a
see.
burr.
16 to nature check.
Oh, okay. It is not a burr from.
Ulysses says what he said. Because he didn't spend a lot of time in the forest.
So it's not nature seed. You are saying?
No, it's not a burr. If that's what you're saying.
No.
You reckon-
I look at it and I make a nature check because I want to see if I recognize the seed from what seed is.
No. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I'm telling you, it's not a burr. It's a fairly standard seed of a pretty common plant. Not like anything of like.
Recognizing stuff like that from memory, would that be insight or investigation?
I would see. It's weird because I think insight is more when you're looking into a person to see if they're lying or not, and investigation is more like checking something out.
Yeah.
Although I think you could. This would probably be a nature check if anything. But I mean, if you want to do it from like I read it from a book because I read a book of forest plants, then it could be like a history or arcana check depending on the type of book it is.
Okay, so then it's definitely a nature check for me.
Yeah.
And of course
shit.
I nailed that.
Oh yeah.
We found seed.
Seed. We found books and seed.
I know everything.
Okay, so DM, we need like the full genealogy of this random seed.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
I
So
did
this
not
seed.
expect to nail that.
How
This
old
seed is 552 years old. It is the grandfather of the first plant in the United States. No, this seed is.
is
It is a part of a larger conifer cone, like a pine cone style tree, except it is a very recognizable. For benefit of the doubt, let's just call it like a blue spruce in the sense that it's very recognizable and is very different from other trees. Even though I know spruces don't really do pine cones, I'm using that as an example of a coniferous, yeah, conifers. It's that type of tree, and it's very recognizable compared to other trees. And you know that this tree does not grow anywhere around here.
I have a
especially
question.
from where you've been.
I have a question. Does the seed have a black stripe on it?
You also
GM.
have heard that this tree has some magical properties in its sap. Not directly, it is like a component for magical items of great potent effect.
Huh.
Hmm.
How on Olympus did a god's pear seed get here?
Do I recognize that name?
Probably not. I just made that up.
It is now the name.
Given the properties that Sunny described of the sap.
Ooh. Can I grow it? I did read a book about druidic magic, so I can't do it. But wait. I look over. Ulysses slowly turns his head to Greganos. You can.
Yes, I can
You
grow
ready to
it,
help me
but
grow this tree?
it will
Yep.
take time, and we don't have a proper base of operation. What are you going to do? Go with the fucking pot everywhere?
I've done stranger things.
Yes, I know. That's
Yeah,
the
we
short
we know you've done stranger things than that.
Well, I mean, to be noted, can I have it? And if we ever do get a base of operations, that could be a good thing. I think I can actually use that.
Yes, we can do that. The other thing is to properly grow it will take time. And if not, we actually need a druid to make the fast growing thing.
a druid.
Oh
Phil,
yeah,
cough,
we do.
cough.
Regarding Dave's question, if I recall the description from
Wait,
last
we
session
have a druid?
correctly,
Yeah, Phil's a druid.
Yes.
Oh, I think Phil was a cleric.
Nope.
Does Phil insert
Anyway,
himself in this conversation?
regarding Shave's question, if I remember the description from last session correctly, yes, that seed has a black stripe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody else kind of find
And
that?
do you need any more? Or are you going to go off that or anything? Or you were just had a confirmation kind of question?
It was kind of more of a confirmation kind of question, and I was kind of looking at everybody and make a general observation, like, "Hey, does anybody realize that that has a black stripe on it? Isn't that
Oh,
kind of like
what with the
odd?"
blacks? Yeah.
What does the black stripe mean?
And what does the black stripe mean?
Okay, so out of
well,
character,
Tamarin, the black stripe
Oh.
doesn't mean too much from what you know. It is just a byproduct of this plant, just like how you have fur and Greganos has hooves. It's just a black stripe, but it's very striking.
You were saying?
oh,
What were you saying?
okay,
Shay?
there we go. I was saying out of character, just out of character. Remind everybody, just to kind of say, the feather that you guys chased for a while had a black stripe.
The what?
The what?
The feather.
Oh.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
I'm
Oh.
pretty sure the feather had a red stripe.
Oh.
I thought it was black. Hold on, guys. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And
So,
why is it there? We do not know. Do we have any information to find out why it was there? We don't know. Weird stuff has been happening. We have that. Points to the jagged piece of the metal opal-colored thing. We have the sketchy whoever that Tamarin quickly saw. Maybe. I might be able to see something you didn't, Reganos. I am better at finding things. Plus, if there's any magic, I should be able to see it. So, always the last of his detect magic, Ulysses is going to go head over to the place.
Okay. There's no magic of any kind.
Okay, while all that's going on, can I just quickly ritual cast Identify on this shard of whatever it is that Ulysses gave me to see if I can figure out what it is?
You can, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to find anything because it's broken.
Okay, fair enough.
So, okay.
You know what?
Sorry. Yeah.
I was going to say, let's take a break right now. And we'll meet up in 10 minutes. Get water, food, bathroom, whatever you guys need to do.
Okay.
All right.
You can pause the recording right here if you want. All right. We're back.
We're back.
And we left. Woohoo! Greganos isn't dead yet.
See, it was 10 minutes for us, but for the people watching on YouTube, they get to skip to the end of those 10 minutes.
No.
Wait. People actually watch this on YouTube?
Yes.
Some people actually do.
Yeah, we have some
So
people,
surprised. But there's a fairly consistent number of like 10 views.
And we're not
viewing it ourselves does not count.
No. This is like 10 views aside from the two of us that actually watch this stuff. There's at least like 5 people who watch it outside of our group.
So if
Well,
you like
those
what you're...
people need to leave some comments
Yeah.
so we can acknowledge that we actually do have people watching.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
comment,
I
like,
this,
subscribe, rig the notification bell.
I mean, just put a comment in the thing saying, like, I actually watched this,
Yes.
and I am not one of us.
Yes.
And it'd be really neat. So do that,
For
please, if you hear this.
Yeah.
Feed
those at
the
home,
algorithm.
If you like this, please comment and say in what point we screw up. So
And also agree that he sounds
in
like a robot half the time.
everything. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough chilling now. Back to the game.
Yeah, back to doing
Yeah,
the
back to the
jeez.
game.
And then back to the gig.
We say this when we're going to start again. Anyways. Ulysses, at this point, you went to the alleyway to do some investigation.
Yeah, that's
and no magic. Yep. Roll an investigation check.
Well,
decent.
I think Tamaron would have gone with him as well now that Ulysses is safely back down and no longer in potential need of immediate rescue.
So you're not going to be following him, or you're with him right now?
I think Tamaron's. Where is Ulysses again?
With Ulysses on the other side of the street in the alleyway. Yeah.
Oh, he's across the street. Okay, no, we follow him with the defender as well.
With the gang.
Yeah.
With the entire posse.
You don't disturb the evidence too much.
I'm not disturbing the evidence. We're behind you.
Yeah. I mean,
does anyone else want to do investigation? Because I guess you guys are all going to do investigation.
I will.
Well, investigation is what you do when you investigate things. So yes.
Hopefully
wow, the floor is made of floor.
God damn it!
I had to jinx it.
See, the thing is, he got 3 more than Tamarin did. So
I love how a natural one.
It is also a nat 1.
Is still.
I rolled a 5.
Well,
Shiv rolled a 5.
Alexandros, you still. I mean, you just kind of fall on your face.
What?
And that is what you do. You fall on your face, and you get like dirt in your eyes. So when you get up, you kind of like you're spending the rest of your time just like rubbing your eyes, and you hear everyone around you, but you don't really see them.
Oh, great!
Like you have like sand and grit in your eyes. The rest of you don't really find anything out of the ordinary.
I mean, if someone was watching us, I mean, they wouldn't leave much of a trail. Well,
I mean, they've been watching us all this time, at least since we got here.
Well, I'm sure we're being watched. I mean, someone's definitely been watching us. I would like to talk to them.
All right, let's do this. Let's pay for the time we spent in the inn, and let's find another one. And this time, we make watches or something. I don't like to be followed, but
Yeah.
Well,
we
I
still
mean,
have to.
Here.
You still have to finish the swords, and we still have to wait to the third night to meet with whatever we have to meet.
I would also like to
Tomorrow
visit the
night.
library.
Hey, by the way, actually, now that you mention it, have I been given the materials that I asked for yet, or am I receiving them once I've got the swords done?
Yeah, it's more of like you get whatever you need to do the work, and then the rest of it you'll get once you got the job completed. Because they're nice fellows, but they don't really like trust you. Of like, here you can just have everything you wanted.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You
That's
know.
fair. Just making sure.
Yeah. If any of you were curious, I'm making a dice tower right now.
No, Alexandros. I mean, we do need to pay. I think we're trying to find another inn. This one is sketchy, and we may be wanted for something going on. Who knows? But
Yeah,
let's just get out.
let's
get
wait
out of here.
until the city guard isn't there. Because we've not seen that guy leave, have we?
You don't even really know who went up there.
No, we know.
This is all based
No,
on.
I'm talking about the
I
city
heard
guard
popping
that was talking to the innkeeper when I
inside.
left.
Well, you guys aren't in that direction. Like you're like on the side of the building. You would have no access to what's happening in the front.
Okay.
You guys didn't specify that you wanted to keep watch over there, so you have no idea.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I wasn't keeping watch. I'm just saying I was just asking if we maybe would have noticed the city guard going away. Yeah, no, if we're on the other side of the place and we're leaving to investigate some nut job that's watching us.
Well, after we sorted all this shenanigans with the in out, Alexandros, you should probably go back to finishing those swords for your materials.
Yeah.
Regulars, why don't we two try and scout out where that bridge is supposed to be?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'll be at the library.
All right.
You think they're gonna let you in?
That is a good question.
They probably, librarians probably take bribes. I've done it before.
Okay.
I don't know if I have enough gold. We'll see how it goes.
Do you have your own
Okay,
gold, or do
then.
I have it?
I mean, Ulysses will pull out. I got 8 gold.
I think from last session, I think you guys pulled your money to Alexandros.
No,
If I
actually, I
remember
was.
correctly.
No, I think it was just
the only one.
Greganos that gave me his money.
Okay.
It was only me.
Ulysses has 8 gold to his name, so
And get
That's
it
more
again.
than like folk.
Okay. So yeah, we do that. I'll get back to making those swords that they want from me.
Where do you guys want to meet for the night? I mean, we should probably go find another inn first, shouldn't we?
Well, first we pay for this one.
I
then we
can
find
literally sleep inside the lit forge and not care.
I mean, I'm
I
not
cannot sleep in the
taking you out where I
forest.
sleep either, but I feel like sleeping in an alley is a quick way to get myself stoned.
Yeah, we'll probably get stabbed if we sleep somewhere like that.
What is with you and stones?
Yeah, why are you getting stoned all the time? Are we talking like stones as people chucking rocks, or stones as
I've
in
been to towns
whatever
like
the hell
this
you're
before.
smoking?
People are very racist. And somehow it always ends up with me getting stoned. I'm not very unlikable, am I?
Well, you are a fine target, but
That's not very supportive, but yes. You're here. You'll keep me from getting thrown out with none of my belongings, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Just don't go anywhere by yourself that you can cause
so-
trouble in, because
Well, I should be. I want to go to the library. I will not cast spells, and I'll try to warn you if I get run out of town. Just follow the
Alright.
screaming and pitchforks.
Let's do this.
okay.
Phil, can you babysit Ulysses for a moment?
Do you like to read?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, Phil likes to read. Nice. Well,
I now like you more than anyone else at this party now.
Oh, thanks.
That's all it takes.
That makes me feel really appreciated.
He likes to read.
Wait, I have to read?
And
you don't have to. You just have to keep him alive.
Oh, that I can do.
You're the bodyguard.
All right, well, to the library. I got directions. Actually, it's this way. And Ulysses will begin walking towards the library.
Okay.
Oh, bother.
Okay, let's do what we have to do, shall we?
Yeah. I'm gonna go back, and I'm taking my defender with me because now I have the ancient Greek magic artificer equivalent of a power hammer, which is going to considerably speed up all of my blacksmithing work.
And also raise a lot of questions, but yes.
I mean, I don't have anywhere else I can put him, do I?
No, but I'm just saying you're walking around with a 2-meter tall bronze robot with a giant sword.
Bronze beast.
He's got a sword? Nice. I did not know he had a
Yeah.
sword.
How did
Do
you
I-
not notice that while building?
That
Because
is because the DM just gave him the sword.
Can't take it back now. Can't have the sword
because Alexandros has been blind this entire time and has not noticed that he made a sword that's been strapped to his back this entire time, just
now.
chilling
In his
there.
eyes.
I mean, I can always hide the sword in the bag of holding.
You want to just hide the entire steel defender in the bag of holding?
No, he won't fit, but the sword will. Besides, I need the
Yeah, it's
defender.
5 feet by 5 feet.
I mean, the sword fits through the opening. The steel defender does not.
Okay, that's fair. I'd just like you to read your description that you sent me about what your steel defender can and cannot do. You do say melee weapon a few times, so I think it was pretty obvious that he had a sword. Yeah, you do. I'm rereading it now just to make sure. But yes, he does have a sword. How do you think he has magical attacks?
I imagine by punching.
Would you think he was like hulking around? Yeah, okay.
All of the other things.
Let's leave the kung fu to the cat.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm looking through it. I'm trying to. I think I just say melee attack rather than.
You do, but I'm telling you your melee attack because we did talk about this later.
Oh no, because it says the force empowered rend and any melee weapon attacks. So if he were to have a weapon attack, or if he were to have a weapon, it would affect.
Yes.
That as
well. Yes.
Are you telling me to shut up now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe. Can you repeat the question? Sorry. All right. So Alexandros is going to the forge, and Temeron and me are waiting for the guards to go so we can enter and pay for it. But you can enter and pay for it. I don't know.
I mean, to the best of your knowledge, they are gone.
All right. Do you want to go and pay? Do you have any money?
Yes, I do have money on me.
Right.
I
Let's pay
love
for
how you
this.
asked that after we've already
All
been through.
left.
Yeah, after we've already gone. Hey, hang on. Do you actually have money to pay for the thing that we have not yet paid for?
Well,
I may not have enough money. I've got just over 6 gold, so
I'm sure
So-
that's
Yes.
fine.
well, I can always go and hunt for more deer, but okay.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Yes, this time I will not be the one delivering the deers.
Yeah, this time get Tamarin to try and sell that.
please don't. I'm a terrible negotiator.
Well, we don't want me to do the negotiation. The
Negotiations.
Yeah,
negotiations.
that's the word.
There we go. English. You can just speak it, motherfucker.
Speak any language other than English. That is perfectly okay with the rest of us.
Yeah. So yeah.
Let's at least get this done and then see where this letter wants us to go. And with that, I am going to walk up back to the front of the inn and check if there are more guards around than usual.
Nope. They seem. The streets look pretty normal.
Well, I am, in that case, entering the inn to the barkeep.
Okay. So, I mean, the establishment is relatively the same as it was. You guys once entered it. Nothing has really changed. The old man is still behind the bar.
Oh, I'm going to walk up to him and talk to him that in light of the recent events, I think it would be best for us to find another establishment where we could stay. We should not ruin your reputation any further.
He looks at you kind of curiously, and he's like, "Okay, sad to see you go. Hope you enjoyed your stay. That would be 6 gold pieces. And did you happen to find your friend, the one you were saying could help with our problem?"
Yes, I did. And matter of fact, we checked, and no, nothing magical. Now I really wonder what was going on. Anyway, here's your money, and have a nice day.
As you walk out, the door opens and 4 guards pop in, followed by a 5th one with a much more important sense. His presence is much larger than the rest of them. And they kind of stand in front of the door where they're walking in.
Prevent me from going out, or
They're in the way.
So they're just coming into the place, aren't they? They're not like actively blocking him specifically.
They are like still in front of the door. Like he'll have to like push them aside to get through.
Well, I stand aside a bit and wait to see if they come inside.
They kind of walk towards you, but they don't really leave their post of around the door. They're not like blocking the doorway, but they're like shielding it.
Now what's the matter?
The guard what you would presume to be the captain of this squad walks up to you and is like, I've heard you've been asking around for certain things and places and information.
What's it to you?
This is my town. What's it to you, traveler?
Finding a blood trail leading up to a room is quite the grisly sight.
Blood trail? What blood trail?
Especially if said blood trail then suddenly vanishes.
Vanishes, eh? And he like starts like rubbing his or stroking his mustache. What blood trail?
I hate him already.
Same.
Up the stairs to the third room. The room itself was thoroughly trashed.
What else?
Very little. Too little, in fact. No blood in the room, and no body.
Why were you investigating? Why didn't you just come to us?
Figured I'd at least check to see if someone needed help.
Why do you think you're some high and mighty hero?
Maybe.
You seem to be answering very vaguely.
You'll have to excuse me. When you've been traveling around the world in search of your past for the past 5-6 years or so without getting answers, you'd start to get a little grumpy, disillusioned. Oh, what's the word?
Well, he kind of takes like a step forward and kind of like jabs you in the chest. Well, I'd just like you to remember who you're talking to. You can have whatever business you want, but remember who you talk to.
Understood, sir.
And with that, he kind of like puffs up his chest a bit. I also heard you were looking around, asking about people. Are you looking for anyone?
Not in particular. Where did you hear this from?
This is my town. I know a lot of things and hear a lot of things, and it's my job to know what's happening in my town.
In that case, would you know to happen anyone that goes by the name the Bloody Burr?
With that, he kind of like narrows his eyes. May I ask why?
Because we received a letter of sorts from him.
And with that, one of the, not the main guard that you're talking to, but one of the guards in like the back, he's like half pulls out his sword and is like has one hand on the hilt and it's like half pulled out.
Oh, please, do you really think I'm going to run amok in here? I'd like to think I have more class than that.
The one in charge kind of puts his hand up and he says, "What kind of letter? Business letter? Death threat?"
Invitation of sorts.
Interesting.
If you want to see the letter, it is currently in the possession of my satyr companion, who should be heading to the library.
God.
Dude,
No!
what?
Oh god. This is going to a bad place
If we
really
want to-
fast.
if we want to retcon Ulysses handing the letter over to somebody else,
No, yeah, he still has a
say
letter.
so.
I mean, the point being, why did you tell him to go? No, it's too late now.
With that said, one of the guards kind of just like goes up the door and is out.
Would you mind waiting for me? Having a
No.
city guard descend on them suddenly is probably not the best.
Do I see
How
the
about
do
you
I
just
do,
you come with me?
do I see the guard
Alright.
just bolting out?
Where are you right now? Are you
I was-
standing where? No,
I was actually
I know, but were you standing like where everyone was at the beginning, or have you moved towards the front door?
No, I moved throughout the front door with them around. I'm just outside. So
Oh
I
yeah,
see them go in.
then you've seen them go in, and then you see this one leave. Not like he's not like running or anything, but like you can tell like he's going with purpose.
Oh shit. I look through the window to see what is happening inside.
I mean,
I see them.
you
So
don't you don't
I
see
want to.
you don't see too much because the windows haven't been cleaned. But what you do make out is Tamarin standing there. You don't really see what he's doing. You just see him like there.
Do I see? Okay, there was 1, 2, 3, so 4. I follow the one that got out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he got this. Let's see where you are going, little man.
And at this point,
From a safe distance.
understood. Tamarin, he asks you if you would care to join him.
If I must.
And he kind of like gestures you to go out the door.
Okay, I go out the door.
And he kind of like walks with you and just kind of like leads you down in towards the center of the town towards the garrison.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Let's go follow Greganos. We'll come back to you.
Sure.
So you're just maybe.
What could possibly
So we're
go
just nothing.
everything?
Nothing. You guys are just being a little silly.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
not like you've never done anything to bite us in the
I'm
ass.
a very nice GM. What are you talking about?
Let's be honest, this one is on Moebius.
Oh yeah, sure.
So yeah, where is this?
I think
Where
I
is
can
the little
thoroughly
man
agree with
going?
that.
He's walking. He walks inside a building, and a few minutes later, he walks out with 4 other guards, so a total of 5.
I see this from around the corner. I'm not
Okay.
going. I'm not going dangerously close to this group, but I will follow like about 70, 100 meters behind.
Okay. You see 2 of them peel off, go into another building, and the other 3 continue walking.
I follow.
Well, you're going to follow, okay? So you follow these 3, and then one of them peels off and goes into another building, and the other 2 continue walking forward. The original one that you were following
Ambushed.
continues forward.
This is not good. I continue following.
Okay. Eventually, you come across.
Do I recognize the buildings? Are there like a shop or something like that, or they are just buildings?
A few of them are shops, a few of them are residentials, a few of them are like a first floor shop with a house on top. They're all like a mix match thing. But you eventually come up across another major crossroads, and then after a little bit of walking and following these two around, you come across a small center, and by one of the corners of this crossroads is this old stone, not really a church, but it's very like, it's not the standard stone and wood mixture houses and buildings that you've seen around. It's like quite big and grand relative to everything around you. It's quite small. It's maybe 2-3 stories tall. It doesn't take up much space, but there's like nice grand staircase up to the front doors, and they walk in.
All right. They enter it, or they?
Yeah, they enter it.
I wait in a good distance from the. I will presume is the government building, whatever the government in this era was. I don't think it's a senate, but okay. I wait a little to see what happens.
After a while, you see another 5 soldiers walk up. They also walk in, 2 of them staying outside at the doors. And then a few minutes later, another 5 walk in, and they kind of just like disperse themselves in the crowd, just like walking around people, going around the corners, but staying outside. More or less, like there's at least 1, maybe 2 in each direction in the streets.
Oh.
This is not good. I go to the blacksmith where Alexandros is.
Okay. So while you're going there, Alexandros, while all this is taking place, you eventually get to the blacksmith, and everyone who was there, and while walking there, everyone is kind of like looking at you, because with the sun, your steel defender is bouncing and reflecting light in every direction, and they're all very curious as to what this is.
Okay.
And then one of the blacksmiths that you were working with, not the one you originally talked to, but a younger, around the same age, but a little bit younger man. His name is Tom, and he kind of walks up to you and is like, what's with the project over there?
Was he's talking about the defender, right?
Yes.
Oh, something I built to help me out when I work.
Really? How does that work?
Am I going to have to explain the engineering principles behind how a steel defender works? DM, is this what you're asking me to do?
Do whatever. This is a blacksmith who's a very skilled blacksmith who's very curious of how a metal object who can move on its own can help you in a very hot, fiery forge that melts metal. You can say whatever you want to say.
Oh,
just know whatever you say will
inevitably
reflect.
cause me problems in the future.
It really all depends on what you say and how you want to say it.
Yeah, you got the right to remain silent. Everything you say will be used in your.
Yeah, that too.
Okay. What do I say? I say sometimes you need a second pair of hands to help you with things, and I don't have an assistant, so this guy does the job.
Yeah, but like, and he like walks up and he like puts his hand out to touch the metal of the chest on the chest of the steel defender, and he's like, "How can you keep it? I mean, most of the things that you need two people for, the heat is extensive. His body would be like ruined." And he kind of like is like inspecting him. The steel defender is like checking out like what he can and cannot do, and he's like, at this point, like he's at his right arm, and he's like looking at all the holes in the wrist and looking at like the gemstone placed in the palm.
What did I say?
It's a kind of magic.
No, I don't want to
Not
tell him I use
that.
magic. He allows me to strike the metal with more force when I need to, and the other problems that would arise from heat don't take effect immediately. I'm sure, as you know, steel and bronze take time to reach that temperature, and he's not in the middle of that heat for any length of time that would cause problems.
And at this point, like he's expecting the elbow and like looking at all the gears and levers that are like holding the arm up, and he finds this little latch, and he's like playing around with it, and you hear, well, you understand what it is, because as at this point, the steel defender is not saying anything or doing anything because you seem pretty likable to this guy, but you hear the whirl of air being pumped into the right arm and the whine of
please don't touch that. The mechanisms are very complicated, and he's not fully calibrated. I don't want the whole thing to come apart if you touch the wrong thing. Please.
nice way of saving his flesh.
Yeah, I know what that's gonna do, and I don't want him to.
He looks. He's kind of curious, and he's like, I would sure love to help you and see how he works. It's fascinating. And at this point, the rest of the blacksmiths are all kind of like curious and like intrigued, because not all of them are like inventors, but like they all work with metal. They know like this is pretty impressive, but while they're all still, as older men, they're a little bit more wary of like, this is kind of sketchy, like what's going on, like why do you have this? And a few of them, you understand by watching them, can understand why you just showed up out of the blue and asking for certain materials.
A few of them understand what, sorry?
Some of them kind of, you get the feeling that some of them understand why you just showed up out of the blue and were willing to give up time to work for materials when you have this walking around with you.
Oh, that's good. So this guy, is he still like?
I mean, he's not touching any of the mechanisms in that arm anymore, but like he's still like very close and like very intrigued by him.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
And then he kind of turns around and you, very serious looking, and he's like, although I have one question.
Yes.
And at this point, like you can tell, like he's like very serious now, and he's like, what's with the giant sword on his back?
I thought I put that in the bag of holding. Okay.
He kind of looks at,
when I'm not working at the forge, I also work as a mercenary. And just as he's good in the forge, he's also pretty good at fending off would-be attackers. The sword just helps him do that job a little bit better. And I don't have anywhere to put the sword, so just goes on his back.
This wasn't here with you when you first arrived, or yesterday.
Yeah, no, I kept him in the room where I was staying. But I got the feeling that there was unwanted attention, and I don't want people messing around with him while I'm not there, so I decided to bring him along with me. It also helps that he can help me at the forge, so I'll be able to get my commission done faster. What's your name, by the way?
I'm Tom.
Tom. Nice to meet you, Tom.
Nice to meet you too. And he sets out his hand.
I
Now
shake his
a lot more cautious and curious and guarded around you.
That's fair. I'm guarded too, so.
All right.
Okay. Well,
As before he goes back to his forge, he picks up a little rock and like pings it at the defender. See what happens.
Dude, what did I just say? The defender just looks at him, looks at the rock, and then looks back at him.
The rock, the rock, in for understanding, is like the size of your fingernail. It's like a pebble, not like a rock. It's like
right.
He like flicked it, like he just pinged it off.
It just
what?
Looks at him and kind of tilts its head to one side, as if like curious, like it's asking, why did you do that?
And at this point, the head untilts, turns around, and your steel defender all of a sudden just stops everything it's doing, turns around, and is like looking down the pathway down the street. And
like the way I came, or the way I'm going?
Yeah, the way you came. And you see Ragnos just galloping towards you.
Oh boy. Okay. So I just let him come, I suppose. Hey, Greg.
At this point, Tom is like leaning against the forge, arms crossed, just like seeing what's up. And at this point, most of the other blacksmiths are just kind of like listening into what's going on.
Oh, great. Attention. Hey, Greganos, what's up? I thought you were gonna let me finish this.
Yes, sir. You forgot your appointment for the evening.
Appointment?
And he points to the exit of the blacksmith.
Right. Okay. Let's go. Where are we going?
We talk in the road.
Okay. Well, Tom, nice to meet you. It looks like I've got to go, so I'll be back later when those swords I've left there are done tempering.
Well, have fun with your appointment that's happening this evening.
Thanks.
So,
Hang on, this evening.
So, we are outside now, right?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, you're relatively, quote-unquote, alone.
All right. The thing is the following. We enter to pay. Temeron got surrounded by the guards. I start following one of the guards that go out. And they are mobilizing. So I will think they are looking for everyone that got into the inn. We need to get Ulysses. Did you get to finish the swords? How many did you do?
Got about half of them done.
Shit.
It'll be
Alright.
conveniently enough until tomorrow night before I get what I came here for.
At this, you actually don't know that they're looking for everyone else. You just saw this one.
I say I suppose.
He's just assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's stretching a bit, but okay. That's fine.
I guess we need to find Ulysses. Let's see. Let's gather up and I will presume that Temeron is at the garrison, or because he's not in the building. I found a pretty fucking big building where they start gathering. So I will assume that he either got taken to the garrison, or there is no way they didn't take him somewhere. They were there for a long time.
Oh, well. Yeah, I was having such a nice time just working on blacksmithing stuff. Finally,
Yeah,
after
nice
all.
time.
I mean, yeah.
Nice time and us doesn't mix well.
Yeah.
All right,
let's go then.
Where the fuck Ulysses? Yeah, where the fuck Ulysses go?
He said the library.
All right.
Wasn't the library like on the way to the forge? If I remember correctly. I'm asking you, DM.
No.
Okay, great.
But you better,
I'm going to ask someone nearby.
All right.
If they know where
First
to find
person you see?
It's not the girl that was there with the bread the other day, was it?
No. Okay. But is it going to be the first person you see?
The first agreeable looking person that I see.
All right, after you walk for a little bit after you heard this, and then you stop a young man, and you ask him where the library is. Can I have you roll a charisma check?
Charisma check?
Yes, one of those.
Just straight charisma? Or...
Yeah, I mean, are you persuading him, or are you performing for him, or are you intimidating him, or are you just talking to him?
Just talking to him, okay. Straight charisma.
Straight charisma. Charisma. That's a weird word.
Oh, great. You know, wait, that's a saving throw?
Yep. Yeah, that's a saving throw. Now you have to click on charisma on the...
How do I roll? Is that the one?
Yeah. I think you roll at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Only slightly better.
He's very concerned and like reserved. He points in a general direction, but he's like very unwilling to share too much information. More so for the fact that you have a giant metal automaton behind you.
Automaton.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, whatever.
I'm leaving him. I'm leaving the defender with Greganos while I go to ask the question.
Well, I mean, yes, but you're not straying so far away from Greganos. You're stopping someone on the street.
That's fair.
He did see you walk with them, and plus, you're leaving a really tall centaur next to a
That's fair.
2 meter tall metal man. So, he gives you a general direction, but not much more than that. But from your experience on the street, you'll eventually get there.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I will take that.
what is Ulysses and Philip doing?
I'm getting to that, actually. I was going to say, Greg knows that is the general direction of where you came from. Granted, you guys have a lot of the town you haven't explored yet. So while all of that is going on, Phil and Ulysses, you guys managed to get to this nice stone building in a quiet square off the side of some of the major intersections, and you walk in, and you were told, Ulysses, that it was a pretty small library, and for the size of town, it is quite small, but it is still substantial in the amount of books that are available, the different types of books. It's not exactly what you're looking for of like hardcore magic books, but they are a good selection of different types of books.
Well, I head over to the librarian. Or is there anyone there? Is it
There's a small elderly woman in the back.
Hello. Do you know where I could find books on languages?
What kind of languages?
Ulysses will pull out his book and, with his quill, write out a little example of just from memory what the language in the the encoded spell books look like. Do you happen to know what this language is?
I mean, I'm not fairly certain with languages myself. My brother might know a bit more. He likes that kind of thing, but I don't recognize it. I'm sorry, no.
Can you just point me to where you keep books on languages in the library?
Yeah, they're upstairs on the second floor behind the balcony. And she gives you a detailed description of where those books, along with other historical books, are, because that is where they would keep their language books.
Thank you, ma'am. Ulysses will give her a smile, and Phil looks actually genuine, not a smirk, and head upstairs.
Okay.
And begin looking through. I'm just trying to find something, any parallels I can draw what the root language for this stuff is.
Would I recognize the language?
You would not recognize this language. I can tell you that for a fact. Can you just roll
me that.
Unfortunately, sir, since you and I had talked very descriptively at length of what your many characters do and do not know, I can tell you for a fact you definitely do not know this language. Can you roll? So I will tell you, you are basically. It is like a double, like those old like Cinderella movies, how they have like that double curved staircase towards one center point to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
So you go up one of those, and there's the entire floor is covered in books, and you're basically put in a little nook where there's a few armchairs, and there's a nice glass window overlooking the intersection. And you find your section on languages. Most of them are of the surrounding areas of like the historical of what the language that you currently are reading was based upon.
Yeah,
but there are a few
English
other languages
or something.
Sure, if you want to take it that way.
What is it?
Can you
what
roll?
is the book called? Yeah. Okay. What do you want to roll?
Can you roll a standard intelligence check for me?
Right.
And while you do that, Phil, what do you want to do?
I will ask the lady at the counter if there are any books on local medicinal herbs and healing plants.
She has a few books, but she does tell you that their apothecary might be better if you want more practical purposes. But she does have a few different types of like medicine style books, and then she also leads you to I'll say botanical, but I don't feel like that's the right word I want to use. Like books on
General
botany.
works.
Yeah, like botany books. And just for like descriptions. I mean, those books are obviously more of like general purpose, but you will find like, oh, this plant has this kind of purpose, or don't take this plant because it could cause
That is
this.
exactly what I'm looking for.
All right, so you get a few of those as well. This is on the first floor, by the way.
Okay, and then once I get him, I'll just go upstairs and meet up with him.
All right, cool. You, Ulysses, don't really find anything that's similar to what you're looking for, but you do find a few other interesting bits and bobs of knowledge from these other books, and you kind of get lost in them like you normally usually do with interesting books.
Well, I mean, Ulysses doesn't think there's any time crunch, so he's just going to spend here, and I don't know the equivalent of taking 20, but he's going to keep, if there's anything to be known, if he's going to look through this entire section, if there's anything that he can match up, he'll find it. If there's not, he won't find it. And that's what he thinks. Of course, I feel, I see due to recent events, there seems to be something incoming.
Yes, but none of you guys do know that. Technically, no one knows what's going on.
So Ulysses is going to do his reading and have a good time.
Yep. From your readings, you do understand a little bit more of the cultural of this part of the world and the history aspects, because this is also linked in with the local history. And you find some knowledge about how a lot of this early transition of this language came from humans of the northern Theros and the islands, and then they mingled in with actually satyrs of the woodlands before the woods became a more or less a wasteland of just desolate grasslands. No one lives there anymore. And this is about 1,500 years ago, like a long time ago. And how those two cultures mixed. And you do get a vague understanding of the local history. And you do happen to read about this terrible night where a group of centaurs and satyrs come and attack this village and massacre every single child in this town and several of the surrounding towns. And you do read about some hydras who are set to protect this magical item, among other treasures that have been supposed to be living in the local area, among other bits and bobs of information.
All right, and Hydra?
Yes.
Near the town has treasure?
Yes.
Well, at least now Ulysses knows why people are giving him not so friendly looks.
Yep.
Also, that wheel sounds really weird.
Yeah, it sounds
it's a magic wheel, guys.
it's a magic.
Guys, it's a magic trick.
I can move myself. I don't know. I guess my keyboard is a little clacky.
It is a very loud keyboard.
Yeah, let's be honest. It's not a problem, but it was just for the lols.
It's just funny to hear. We know Ulysses is taking notes of everything, but we, instead of hearing a quill just going, it's going.
I figured that was the sound of his brain while he's reading.
I was half expecting to hear just going ding.
I was waiting on that one too.
Maybe I should get a little soundboard, a keyboard.
The
number
I could. So.
Yeah. So while this is happening, Phil, you learn a little bit more about woodland plant life and things not on the coast, and you kind of compare your own history of medicinal purposes and poisons and things. And you learn a little bit about things. You learn about some furs. You learn what poison ivy is, among other things. And you
I learned
seem to
important
get...
information.
Yeah, you learn important information. Let's put it that way, because I don't want to bore everyone else with plant knowledge that I
That
do
you
know
don't
as well
have.
as makeup. No, actually, I do
Poison
know a little bit
sumac.
about. I do know a little bit. I actually used to do stuff like outdoor stuff, so I do have a good amount of knowledge about like plant stuff.
Don't touch the poison.
Yeah, don't mess with the poison sumac.
Don't
Yep.
touch poison ivy and
Hogsweed. Don't touch the hogsweed. It'll
Hemlock.
give you permanent burns,
Yeah.
giant blisters.
And if you really want an easy fishing, you go find poison oak. You dig up the root of it, get the ball, and throw it in the water.
to kill all the fish.
It absorbs oxygen very rapidly.
All right. I prefer the dynamite approach.
Oh, you just don't my
That's for
joke.
sushi.
All right. Let's reel back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the game. Where were we?
All right, who wants to go? So there's what, 3 different groups right now?
Gregonos and I
Yep.
are at the library at this point, I imagine.
All right, so 1, 2, 3.
And Temer's
All right,
being dragged away, I think. Hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. Let's put it that way. Actually, Tamron, you want to explore a little bit more what's going on?
Yeah.
It sounds a little. Oh, sure.
It will be nice, but
It'd be nice to know what our fate is. Cameron, you there?
I got some good news.
Okay.
Death.
What?
Wait.
You guys can check Discord. So the guard that's been left with you, the 3 other men, and this captain of the sorts brings you back to the garden. And along the way, I've just been kind of asking you about your whatever life and like current life is in like the last few months, what you've been doing and everything. They seem not to be prying too much, but they've been asking a little bit about what you've been doing. And then they kind of ask like, and then he asks like, what's your purpose in this town?
To be honest, with the war going, this whole journey has become a little more complicated than I imagined. I've been trying to avoid getting swept up in any regiments.
Sounds like you've been on the front lines.
More than I'd like.
All right, I'll be straight with you because you've been kind of straight with us. What you explained is not the first time it's happened. It happened actually the day before. And the last person who went looking for questions has disappeared.
Looking for questions
And
or looking for
since
answers?
Looking for questions. Yeah, I know. I said what I said.
Okay.
Just go along with it. And since you
All
said
right.
you're an investigator of sorts, and we were wondering if you would help us out.
It seems like this town has some... This seems like something fishy is going on. Something deep within the underbelly.
As you say that, last time there was a... what exactly did you see? Because you say it was ruined room.
Yes, it was.
Actually, wait. No. Let's not talk out here in the open. Let's go back to the garrison.
I agree. That
we
might
don't.
be the better place.
Then let's go. And he brings you into this compound. Not the same compound you found yourself in, but much more strict location, a lot more defensible for the soldiers. There's a lot more of them. This is like the real deal, kind of part of the guard. Like, these are the guys that mean seriousness, kind of thing.
Okay. Tamaron is definitely going to be on guard, but probably also very stiff in his behavior, because if his time in the army has told him one thing, if he makes a wrong move here, he's gonna be dead.
He leads you into the main compound building and up the stairs and into one of the offices. So, what exactly did you see?
Nothing particularly more than I've already told you. The room was thoroughly trashed. Like someone went through every single piece of furniture, every hiding spot, every potential option to try and find something. I don't know whether they found what they were looking for, but they definitely were thorough.
And the blood?
That's the thing I don't understand. I stepped in it on the way up. When I went back down, it wasn't there anymore. And when I went back up to inspect it again, I only found the faintest trace of my own footprints. Now I've been wondering if the blood trail itself may have been a spell.
Possibly. Most of our magic users have went off to go fight, but there's a few still left. Now,
Anyway,
what is your relation to this bloody bear?
that I don't know.
What do you know about them?
Nothing more than his name, and he apparently wants to meet us for some reason.
Interesting. Very intriguing. Did you happen to find anything in the room?
No.
He kind of leans back a bit. In his pocket, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out this light blue, not really a gemstone, like another. Think of it like the spoon head, and he kind of puts it down. Does this mean anything to you? And it I should be a little bit more descriptive. The shape, it's like the bowl of like a spoon, but it is clearly part of something much bigger and broken off.
Gemstone blue, kinda shaped like a lens, then history check? Insight check?
Yeah, go ahead, make a history check. You don't know what this was, but you can tell it is definitely. I mean, clearly it is very. What's the word I'm looking for? Rare and expensive. Intricate. That's a good word. It's very expensive looking. And from your time in the on the seas, or I should say, from your past. Shouldn't spill too much. You recognize this from the southern islands, where this object mostly comes from the innards of the sea beasts that live there, the sea serpents, and these beasts are very difficult to kill, and so this material is very coveted. But you do not like these weapons. This material makes really strong weapons and are very scary in battle. They have like their own magical properties to them.
So I am going to pick up this object, look at it closely, turn it over a couple of times, and say, serpent jewels. How exactly did you come by these? Sea serpents are very hard to kill.
We found that in the first room, in a chest. One of the only things not broken.
They can be used to make some rather fearsome weapons. Magical weapons.
Should we be afraid of these weapons?
Definitely.
Alright. Here's my offer. You help us figure out what's going on with all of this. We'll definitely compensate you. And we'll see, maybe we can help you out in other ways other than coin. What do you say?
That would indeed be appreciated. Yeah, I have a feeling I got rather scared by that innkeeper, but that is beside the point. What's more interesting is that if this is here, and I gently set the sea serpent stone back on the table. If this is here and it is probably going to be used in a weapon, I do not want to be anywhere near that weapon. To be honest, I do not want these kind of weapons to even exist. There should be a limit to how much power one man could wield.
Are you planning on dealing with a bloody burr?
Seems to have some answers that we seek, so in some way or another, we are going to have to deal with him.
Okay. Interesting. He kind of gets up and he kind of like walks towards you and he says, I'll be honest, I don't know much about them, but they're very dangerous and their spread is very far, and everyone we've sent to go infiltrate and understand has ended up beheaded or poisoned or whatever, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they're watching us right now. And he gets in closer and he says, please watch out for yourselves. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
Will do.
Anyways, let us discuss. Come with me to the mess hall. Let's get a meal, and then I'll bring you to the people who are investigating the room, and we can explore what was going on a bit more. Can you also roll me a d20 and add +1 to it?
Okay. Of course it's gonna be a net 20. What the hell?
Interesting. Okay, good.
Alright.
You happen to notice as you're walking out. As you're walking down, you do notice a little something's like digging in under your rib cage, and you notice that there's a little like toothpick kind of thing that's inside you, like it's been stabbed into you, and you notice there's a little scroll on it.
I pull it out carefully.
Okay. The needle tip was a little. It has blood on it, but it's not like the blood that you're used to seeing. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit of a tint of green. And then there's a note attached to the, like, wrapped around
What
the needle
does
as
the
well.
note say?
You're gonna open it up right now while you're walking.
Yes.
Okay. So as you open this up, it on one side it says a few words that are just random words put together that have no real meaning to you, but you can tell that there's a reason why they're written, but you have no idea what it's actually saying because you don't understand language, but like what they are saying. It's not like a sentence of any kind. It's like if I put the number 5 next to a triangle and then the letter A. There's no real pattern to it. And then on the other side, because your fingers are a little added with a little bit of your blood as you're playing at the needle, they smudge on the paper, and wherever your fingerprints were, you see like ink start to show up a bit. You just see a little curve.
Just a curve.
Just a curve, like a little part of the letter.
I'm going to try and spread some of the stains from the needle over the page while it's still wet.
There's not enough blood to actually get it to soak. But you get little streaks in there. Then you start to see it's like a little phrase, or like a few words at most.
So, do I get enough to make out what it says?
You do not. And at this point, you do reach the mess hall, and the guardsman is giving you food and talking to you about what's going on with the rest of the events transpiring in the town. And at this point, Ulysses and Phil are in the library still reading. Have you guys moved to any sections, or are you still in the same places?
Reading.
Okay, that's fair. And at this point, Alexandros and you and Greganos, as well as the Steel Defender, do make it to the library after asking a few more questions and asking around and getting a lot of intrigued and frightened looks. And Greganos, you actually happen to recognize the place that you guys happen to be in, because it is literally the place where you were before you went to go get Alexandros.
Oh, great.
So you're telling me I didn't need to ask for directions? Great.
Yeah, not only that, there were a few guardsmen coming and going from here.
Okay,
There's still guardsmen around.
well, in we go. We need to find Ulysses and Blue Boy, so we walk in.
Into the library.
Well, yeah, that's where they are, isn't it?
There are guards in front of the doorway, and they don't let you in.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, so they're in the way, right? They're not letting me in. Excuse me, gentlemen. Any chance you could let me in? I'm looking for someone.
You're not allowed to come in here.
Okay, can I ask why? This is the library, right?
It's none of your concern.
Sorry, what?
Move along.
This is the library, right? Just
It is. Move along. You're not allowed to come in here. There's an incident.
an incident. Anything I could help with?
And at this point, the guard you've been talking to gets kind of angry and is like, I said, move along.
All right.
And
All right. Relax. Not here to cause problems. I'm just looking for someone. A friend of mine might be in there.
well, he's not. Get out. And you can tell that this guy has no idea what's going on. He's just been told, let no one in and out.
Okay. Like he has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know what this incident is, does he?
Yeah, he just been told, do whatever you have to do. Make sure no one leaves or enters. You can tell by his reaction, like.
Oh, I'm tempted to see if I can bluff my way in, but I know it's not going to work. Do I see any possible back doors or anything like that?
Not from where you are.
Okay. I will walk back and join Greganos and the Steel Defender.
Okay.
And just say, yeah, man, they're not letting us in. He says there's been an incident, and he's not allowed to let anyone in or out, but it's pretty obvious he's got no idea what's going on.
It figures. All right.
So wait, what are Ulysses doing?
Reading.
You say you were reading.
You were reading.
There were no guards that come in. We're just this guy's been outside. We're just reading.
Hey, you're letting a little
look out the window and spot them.
You're a little you were you were a little too preoccupied in your little nook on the second floor. You were just reading.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. No guardsmen would come in. Ulysses would be.
No one has bothered you, yeah. As far as you know, there it's nothing has changed since this morning, since you left everyone else.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so it seems that I take you out of work for no reason. I could have guarded this by myself. But okay. Let's just wait. Let's see what happens. It's not that we have anything else to do, so.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to try calling him. And I shout really loudly but I'm not going to do it properly because everyone else in this house is sleeping and I can't shout. So I'm just going to call out, "Hey, Ulysses, are you there?"
Just you screaming like you're actually screaming it?
Like just shouting it, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Like
you're just
angry,
yelling it basically out in the open air. Okay.
Angry Forge Master voice from session 0 or something.
Oh.
Good time.
Yeah, like I hear it through the woods.
Yeah.
While this is still considered a small, quietish part of town, there is still a lot of people, and you are screaming through a stone building. You don't hear a reaction. But at this point, all the guards can see where you're doing, also because you're still standing out in the open, and they're just like, "Uh huh."
Do I
And you
hear
can
anything?
roll with disadvantage.
Or still hear something. Phil might hear something.
Well, I mean, he's upstairs with you. He brought his books upstairs to hang out with you.
Yeah,
Disadvantage.
shit.
5 and 6.
Oh yeah, you definitely you do not hear anything. You're engrossed in books. In addition, not only is that, you also reading some not superiorly interesting to you, but they're still intriguing.
Starting to
I
wish
try
I
to
had
distract myself. I try to
a
focus and try
cannon
to
or
find
something.
I am trying to find if I can find any matches for the language. So now that I got some information about the town, I would like to do just a close search through. I'd start skimming through books, just looking for anything I recognize between this encoded spell book.
I mean, you won't find anything with that from that book, but you do find a few bits and bobs of magic books. Most of them are introductory magic of cantrips and everything, so it's not super useful to you, but you'd learn a few new ones if you ever want to get new cantrips. And they talk about more ritual spells and how to use magical items.
Can I learn a cantrip just by looking at this book, or are you gonna say? I mean, that's how class I get new cantrips in the more. I'm sorry, that's making no sense. But it's a spell. It's like a level thing. Like at 5th level, I get a 4th cantrip.
Oh yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Let me see if there's any interesting cantrips.
I mean, usually would be willing to learn prestidigitation. It's one of the most basic cantrips there is.
Yes, but I'm rolling for you. I'm making this interesting. Now, there's a lot of cantrips. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh boy.
Oh, interesting. You have been, not only do you recognize some of these magic things, but you kind of get a little engrossed into this one cantrip, which is a really basic piece of conjuration magic, where it really ties into some of the history of this town of why everyone hates you, and you have this idea of the mind of everyone burning down the village and the town and slaughtering everyone and throwing their bodies on fire. You kind of really delve and focus onto this create bonfire cantrip. And you really focus on it, and you kind of understand, because you kind of shy away from it a little bit because of your earlier experiences with fire hasn't been too successful in your recent adventures, and you also really don't want to harm the forests where you grew up, but you do recognize the offensive potential it can have.
So can I learn create bonfire? Yes.
I will give you create bonfire.
All right. Well, I still try to take the rest of the day from me copying in notes.
I'll say this: this entire time you've been here, this is what you've been doing.
All right. But to note, I do have a limited amount of cantrips. So, are you going to give me an extra cantrip slot, or can I replace something I already have?
I'll give you an extra one.
All right.
You will have to make a note of that like whatever you will have per your level, you will have +1, and that will be create bonfire.
Okay.
It was that or
Sweet.
mage. It was that. It was between that and mage hand, and you rolled for create bonfire.
Yeah, I mean that's decent offensive cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Now we have a arsonist.
Well, I already had flame firebolt.
Yeah, I mean he did have fire.
And there's two of us who are very good with fire.
Yeah, but you are not an arsonist. You are a forger.
Yeah, fair.
That makes sense.
And at this point, because you guys are making a ruckus outside, everyone, all the soldiers and guards who are around, have all kind of like just gathered into like the little square right outside the front doorway.
Oh boy.
And there's a total of 13. Nope, sorry, wait. We do mental math here. 5,
13.
15.
15.
15.
Why is there
Greganos whispered.
15 guys guarding a single
Greganos,
library?
yeah. Greganos whispered in Leonid to Pyroc, do you think we can take them? I think we can take them.
I knew you would think that. I knew you would say that. Are they like surrounding us, or
They're just kind of like hanging around by the entrance. I mean, there's still the 4 guarding the door. The rest are around that, like, not. They're still at attention, like, they're still on duty. But they're not like, we are making a human shield wall in front of the door kind of thing. It's just those 4 lining the steps.
Oh, screw it. Greganos waves up them, like, hello.
oh, this is gonna go well. Right, I'd like to point out I only shouted the once. I didn't like continuously scream out at Ulysses.
Yeah, I know. But they also did tell you to leave.
Yeah, I know, but I did say I'm looking for someone, and they're not letting me look for the one person I'm looking for, so it's on them. It's their fault. Or at least that's my
True.
reasoning. But right, so looks like Shave's lost audio. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? It's 15 of these guys. Is that 15 total?
That you can see and you know of, yes.
He's in Dark Wanderin.
There we go.
There we go.
Shave, can you hear us?
Can you hear us now?
Okay.
Are you still alive?
Did
Nope.
you Emperor Palpatine?
Yeah, he's. All right, you are still inside reading, and we have 15 guards in front of us with Alexandros.
Alexandros gaining attention to himself. Is there seriously no chance that maybe, you know, Bill, Fusis, whatever his name is, heard me shouting for Ulysses?
Nope.
God damn it. Right, so we need to get in there. We can't get in there the normal way. So
I mean, they will try to go out eventually.
Yeah. So in Leonin, I just say to Greganos, let's try and check around the back, see if there's anybody there, and then we
You
just
try to do that. I will stay here because we have to give them a target to have to guard. Try to make a long way around all of this in Leonid. Now, let's see if they still get focus on me
Yeah.
and the Steel Defender.
Oh no, I'm taking the Steel Defender with me.
Oh, okay.
And we just walk on.
Interesting.
He's laughing.
I will say
this is scary because he's laughing, so we're playing right into his hands now.
I will say you have been playing right into my hands up until the point where you said I'm taking the Defender with me. Interesting that you're going to leave Reganos alone with 15 guys, but okay.
I'm within range.
Relatively. This is a slightly big building.
I can always start throwing them across the street.
True. Plus,
not 15 of them at once. They do have pikes. Remember that.
They are slower than him, though.
Challenge accepted.
Yes. Again, there are 15 of them, and I'm not rolling 15 attack die at you at once because that is absurd. Although I probably, I could. You know what? I might.
You would.
I will. I don't have enough die for that, unfortunately. I can only do 6 at a time.
I will kill you, motherfucker, and I will kill you now.
Yeah.
That's rude.
That's your thought process he's mimicking there.
Yes.
You know what? I'm sorry, I lied. I only have 5. I can only do 5 at a time.
Okay. Then you you only
fine.
have to do it once, to be honest.
I mean, really.
Let's be honest. I'm either going to miss all of them or hit all of them. Anyways,
I was kind of
through...
expecting Dragonos to come with me, but
nope, he's staying.
I'm trying to give you a chance by just being in front of 15 guys who are probably
the only problem with that idea is the fact that he's walking around with a shiny robot.
Yep.
In midday sun, so
yes,
kind of hard to
midday.
It wasn't even. Yeah,
you said
it
the
was
evening.
dawn.
Or
no. You said evening because that was Gregonos' way to get you to leave the blacksmith. That was all on you. Your appointment in the evening. I never said it was evening.
He never said evening.
No, but you say it was dawn by the time we were in the inn. At some point.
No, I didn't. That was not. No.
How did we did all this in the morning?
You guys woke up at like 4 in the morning. Because you guys all decided to get up when Alexandros got up.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like 1, 2 o'clock by now. And realistically, you didn't really do much. You guys walked there to the blacksmith, walked back. Walked there, walked back. Went to the inn, hung around.
Oh boy.
Then you went to your places.
Right.
Anyways.
Okay. Trying to find a way around the back. What do I find?
There's no like discrete entrance into the library on the way back, but you do notice that there is like an alleyway that could potentially lead you to the rooftops that could get you onto the roof of the library.
Cool. Let's use that.
I do have a question.
Yes.
On the language that Ulysses is trying to search for, right? Would it be considered like a piece of lore?
It depends on how old it is. If it's like a recent one that you don't know, it's not really lore. But if it's like ancient Greek in today's standards, then yeah, it would be.
What he is specifically looking for in the library, would that one?
He does not know what that is. He does not know if that's like now, if it was ancient, if it is someone's just like code. He doesn't know anything. It could just be drawings for all he knows.
Since I'm in there with him, I was kind of wondering because I have the feature of researcher as a sage.
Mm-hmm.
And it says that when I attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, which by looking at that, I'm either trying to learn it or trying to recall if I've never seen it, and I don't know the information, I often know where to find it, to go find, to get more information about that.
I'm going to say for this case, even with that background, you won't be able to give him any discrete information on where to go or what it is.
Not even like a maybe possible clue type of, hey, try this place, that so and so might have.
No,
Okay.
This is like, from what you understand from looking at it, if he lets you look at it, is that it's either a very, very ancient magic dialect, or it is from a very far away land. Like, it's like, I don't know, like Australian.
Primordial.
Or something. It is not any of those languages that you can tell.
I swear it's primordial.
It is. I can 100% guarantee you it's not primordial.
I know.
And it's not celestial before anyone asks that either.
Killjoy.
Elvish.
I mean, Ulysses knows celestial, so
Yeah.
That is also fair. That is also fair.
he'd be chatting it up with the gods.
Well, now we know what he's doing when he's reading. He's really just having a conversation with some of them. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you just see that alleyway, Alexandros, and that's about it.
Okay. So I have rope. I have a machine that can do all sorts of insane heavy lifting. I reckon I could put together something that would get me up onto that window on the second floor or the roof or wherever it is I can get to.
All right. And what is your Steel Defender going to do while you're setting up said contraption?
Keep watch.
Okay.
It's handy to have something that cannot be surprised. Keeping watch. So I'm gonna have
Wait, it can't be surprised?
It cannot be surprised.
Oh, shit. Fuck, why?
Yes! I fucking knew it. I knew you were gonna do something.
But you can. That's the point. There's a special rules about one character not being able to surprise and what others can be.
Yeah. I mean, you can probably surprise Alexandros, but not the defender.
So it'll get a turn in the first initiative, while you may not.
Yep.
Interesting.
But if I cannot give it instructions, well, it still gets its reactions and all that stuff, so.
Yeah, it's a reaction of deflect attack.
Yeah. Well,
or your first. Oh my god! How many things did we give this thing? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 things. Wow. Okay.
To be fair, some of them don't come into play until later.
Oh no, I know. But it's still, I kind of forgot how much we made this into like the best thing out of your entire party.
For now.
No. I'm telling you guys, this thing is better than all of you.
As you're working on this, Fireball.
This is better than Fireball. While you're working on this, setting up this contraption, your Steel Defender, I'm guessing, has his back towards you and is looking out into the street in case something comes and follows you.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. As you're working, you suddenly hear him creak and like turn around, like half turn around, like half of, like, so his shoulder is facing you.
Okay. And I look up from my work and see if I can see what is causing him to turn.
And at that point, by the time he turns around, a voice behind you says, "You know, there is an easier way to get in there."
Okay. Do tell. I show no indication of being surprised. I'm pretending that I knew he was there all along.
Well, she
Well, how am I supposed to know?
takes off. You don't, which is fine. I'm just letting you know.
Okay, I'm pretending I
Don't
knew she was there all along.
Shaky is fine. That's perfectly fine. You were surprised. You don't know anything. You're still shocked. You pee your pants because you're so scared. She takes
Not
off her
really. I've
hood.
got faith in the 2 meter hulking
Oh yeah.
machinery that is watching my back.
Mm-hmm. She's a few feet away from you, and she's like, well, I mean, it all depends on what exactly you're trying to do.
I'm trying to get into the library to find someone. Well, 2 someones.
Does this someone happen to have hooves, some horns, and a very interesting cape?
Oh, you know him. Been a while since somebody mentioned that cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy. Let me guess. They're hunting him, aren't they?
Who's they?
The 15 or so guards that are up front.
Maybe. I'd be defending him. It's really hard to say.
Wait, did she say she's been defending him?
No, she said it's very hard to say if those guards out there are hunting him and or guarding him and or putting him under house arrest style guarding him.
Okay. Well,
She lifts her hands, throws back her hood. Hi, I'm Maya. How can I help you?
Aya, did she say?
Yeah.
Well, if you've got any way to get me in that building, that'd be nice. I'm
How exactly are
Alexandros.
you trying to get inside the building? With this thing, she kind of kicks some of the wood of your crane.
Oh no, it's not the crane. I was building a kind of. What was I
Well,
building?
whatever it is,
It doesn't really matter, does it?
it doesn't really matter. She kicks it like nudging it, saying, "With this contraption thing."
Well, that was the idea, yes. Why? You got a better plan?
Depends on what you were willing to do.
That sounds like a dangerous deal.
I mean,
What are you asking
you
for?
can. I mean, do you need help?
Help would be nice.
I mean, okay, well, it all kind of depends on what kind of help you're looking for. I mean, we can do this thing your way. We can do this thing my way. Or we can do it other ways.
Oh, you're one of the cryptic ones, aren't you? Okay, what's your plan?
Well, I mean, theoretically, and she kind of shuffles in the dirt. I could sneak you into one of the buildings between this alleyway and the library, and get you inside one of our tunnels, and you can get you inside that way. Or we can have a little fun, if you say, and cause a big distraction for you, or do some other stuff. I mean, anyways, what's he really to you? Well, I mean, I know what he is to you, but do tell.
Well, that's a good question. What is he to me? He's an ally, a comrade, if you will. But I'm sure you knew that. You've been watching
I
for a
did.
while, haven't you?
Just keeping tabs. Seeing if you're worthy. I mean, I have heard some stories about you.
There are stories about us.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would. But we can deal with that over a drink later. Now,
Interesting. You'd think I'd have a drink with you.
well, gotta say it would be more comfortable under a roof than in a dark alleyway under the rain. So,
Well, we can always heat things up if you'd like.
buy me dinner first.
I have to buy you dinner. Wow.
You offered.
I did not offer. I said heat things up. I did not say dinner.
Well, if you want to literally heat things up, I've got that covered, and I light my hand on fire for a second.
Oh, that's cute. We can do that too.
Does
Now,
she do the same thing?
she does not do anything. She just says that. And from your light of the fire, you can see her face. She's like pale and has blue eyes, and her hair is like blacks with streaks of like silvery. It's like a silvery gray with streaks of like lighter gray. And you do notice something interesting about her ears are slightly tapered at the ends.
Okay. Pale face, blue eyes.
It's a demon!
Dark hair. Pale face, blue eyes, dark hair with silver streaks, and slightly pointed ears. I'm guessing she's probably like a half elf or something. Not that Alexandros would know what a half elf is, but okay.
True.
Okay, so where's this tunnel of yours? It is really difficult to burst into laughter at this.
Fine, I guess you don't want to do it the fun way.
Fun way comes
Follow
later.
me, but I will. Men. So.
Hey, you're the one
I
with her
will say,
mind in the
though-
gutter.
It says the one who's doing whatever he's doing, Glenn. We have already been inside the library now this entire time. I will say, I can get you in, but he won't probably fit. It is a tight squeeze.
I'll make do.
Why do I feel Shaq hovering over my shoulder?
Just be glad. Just be glad I typed what I typed, and I didn't say. This is some weird shit innuendo. I mean,
I will say that this was not the idea at all.
Yeah, I got that. You know? I did not expect to have to be pseudo flirting with some random half elf thief girl that's sneaking up on me.
to be honest, this is not pseudo flirting. This is flirting 101. Like,
Well, I wouldn't know, would I?
I mean, yeah, his husbando is a metal creation of his,
even
and Tamron.
even the steel defender is just looking at you saying, "Okay, you two get the room."
Well, she did say she would get us into that tunnel, so let's go.
All right. She casually flicks the rest of her hair behind her head, and then into her hood, and then puts the hood back up. And
Alexandros
she takes you
raises
across
an
the
eyebrow
street.
and just follows along.
Okay.
Defender
She
falls
walks
on behind.
straight, takes a right, takes left, and enters the building inside.
Okay.
And inside is like a small like apothecary, not like anything major. Like it's just the one person who runs the place. I don't know. I had trouble thinking of that phrase. And once they walk out from their back rooms, they see who it is, and they just smile and wave and point to the door. And she, without a hesitation, Aya just walks through it into the back.
We follow her.
You sure you really want to bring that thing around?
Look, at the very least, he's not out in the open here, so yeah.
I guess that's fair. That means we'll have to collect him later. Alright. In you go then. And she opens a trapdoor, and it's a very small manhole opening. Like, she slides in very easily, since she's, as you very clearly pointed out, an elf and just is tiny. But you have a little bit more struggle to get in.
Okay, I'm guessing the big guy's not going to fit.
Big guy's not going to fit.
Okay, fine. I give him instructions to go on standby, keep an eye out, and if I call for him, to bulldoze his way to where I am.
Interesting instruction. Okay.
Yeah, hey.
You follow
subtlety is only as good as far as it'll get me. That sounded a lot better in my head. Stealth is optional.
I just like to say that Greganos is still outside with 15 other guys, but
I
you do
know.
you. And with that, you follow Aya down the hole, and
see,
guys, you
Oh,
guys
what
make
the
it sound a
frick
lot
happened?
worse. You guys are making it a lot worse than it has to be.
Wait, how have you gone from trying to find Ulysses in the library to going down some random hole with somebody you just met? How's this happened?
You reach your
Well,
I
books.
don't even know.
Yeah.
Get back to your books. I tried
Well,
calling for you.
sometimes
The DM said no.
The DM said
I that is true. I did say no. You did also roll like a 6 and a 5.
Would it kill you to look out the window every now and again?
I mean,
Like, at
You
least
are talking to the person
between
who
books.
literally
No.
was walking on a path reading a book. So, are you that surprised
I
that
mean,
you did look out
I'm
the
trying to
window?
everything myself. Like, when I read, I get really into it, and I do read a lot. And it's self-insert. I would not honestly know, unless there's a reason to look out the window because I heard a noise or something. Maybe, but if I didn't hear a noise, no, you just keep going.
Right.
I mean, as soon
Anyways.
as you coming out of here is at midnight.
Anyways, as you follow her down into this path, you come across this very vaguely familiar pathway of tunnels that are very well ventilated and well lit. And after taking a left, then a right, you notice that these pathways, while very narrow and very short, follow the same major roads of the town right above you. After another minute of walking, she leads you down a path and then looks back at you and says, "So, you ready to have some fun?"
Sure.
Interesting.
Let's see how this goes.
I hope your horse friend is ready to dance a bit. And with that, she just climbs up the ladder and pops open a trapdoor.
He doesn't like being called a horse, I say as I follow her.
Oh, well, he can get used to it. and you find yourselves into a small sitting room with an armchair and a table and a lot of books.
Okay.
Well, here's your library for you. Talking to you. See you around. Oh, and
Yes?
don't come down this trapdoor.
Don't worry. I'll find my own way out.
Oh, I mean, we'll definitely help you with that because, unfortunately for you men, you don't know how to do things properly, and there's more of them than there are of you, and these aren't your random, regular, old-day ruffians. They know what they're doing, so we'll help you out a bit.
I don't know. That guy at the front didn't seem too bright. I reckon I could take him.
Oh, big, strong man. You know what you're talking about. She pats you on the cheek. And then just
I
goes
just
down the
give her this
trapdoor.
complete deadpan expression. Like, there's this look of seriously on my face.
Good to know.
Just
And she closes. Yeah, what were you saying?
no, that was it.
Oh, okay. And with that, you hear the trapdoor close with a nice clunk. Hear a lock, and then you hear a little fizzle,
A fizzle.
and then a fizzle. And then, as you look a little bit closer, you slowly start to see the outline of the trapdoor just kind of melt into the rest of the wooden floor until you don't even see the entrance anymore.
Huh. Interesting. And now that I'm in here, I'm going to as quietly as I possibly can try to find my way upstairs. Because my reasoning here is if Ulysses didn't hear me basically by what is basically a foghorn of a voice shouting for him, he's probably at the very top of the building.
Okay. I guess that's fair reasoning.
How many floors are there on this building, by the way? I never asked.
3 total.
Okay, and he's on the second floor, isn't he? Ugh, well, that's one floor extra. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the only way to get from the first floor to the second floor is through those. I'm going to call them the Disney Cinderella stairs of like the 2 curving staircases leading to the singular point.
Okay. Is there anyone in that general area that I can see?
Not that you see.
Not that I can
Not
see.
that you can see now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to walk quietly as I can, making every attempt to look like I belong. Like I'm supposed to be there.
All right, can you roll a deception check?
A deception check.
Yeah. Why'd it kick me out of the? Oh wow, I got kicked out of Forge. Interesting.
It's okay. I can
Yes,
tell you
deception.
now it was a natural 20. Not even rolled yet. God damn it. It was a 10.
All right. All right. Good to know. All right, so you climb up the stairs and you hear scribbling. Very loud, profuse scribbling.
That scribbling sounds familiar. I go to the sound of the scribbling.
Wow.
I look up. Oh, hey, Alexandros.
Do you know how difficult it was to get in here?
No, you just go in the front door. The nice lady told me where the books are. And I've been having a great day, really.
There are 15 guards.
Turns out there's a Hydra outside. Oh, wait, what? Guards?
There's at least 15 guards.
So where?
In front of this building.
Huh? Ulysses goes and looks out the window. Huh, there are. Why are they all pointing spears at Greganos?
Oh, because Greganos decided to stick around as a distraction. Look, mate, not gonna lie. Dumb as some of those guys look, they're gonna be a nuisance to deal with, so we need to get out.
Oh, wait. Wait. Why are there a bunch of guards around the... Like, what's happened?
I don't know. These guards, some of them apparently took off with Tamarin. Greganos came to get me.
You wouldn't know about the Tamara thing.
Oh,
That happened after
Greganos
left.
We assume it.
Oh,
We assume it.
Greganos is thinking that Tamarin got in trouble with the guards. Came to get me. We came to get you and Phil. And when we tried to get in, they stopped us. They're saying something about an incident and that they're not allowed to let anyone in or out. And
They in or out? Huh, is there a
So
window on this
you're
building?
saying is we can't go out the front door?
nope.
How did you get in?
Oh, I met a girl.
Huh?
Hmm?
You don't seem like the lady swooning type.
Yeah, no. I met with one of our what are they? Stalkers. Our little friends that have been watching our every move ever since we got here.
And helped you get in here?
She helped,
But,
yeah.
alright, they helped you get out.
My automaton is not in the building, but he could probably get through the walls easily enough.
I mean, that's not very subtle, is it?
Well, hold on.
Subtlety is
Hold on,
optional
Well, let's see.
and overrated.
Ulysses will go walk to the opposite side of the top second floor, and
Option,
are the windows openable?
yeah. Option B is
They're not like openable windows. They're more of like, think of like cathedral windows, just on a slightly smaller scale.
Okay, I have a question. If I'm
Is
looking
there
out the
another
window,
floor?
yeah.
What was that?
hold on.
Is there?
If I'm looking out a window, how far is it from where I'm standing at the window to the street?
About 22 feet.
Okay. Is there anybody down there that I can see that would be an issue?
I mean, there's people walking, like townspeople.
You mean aside from
Okay,
the
I call the other
15
two-
guards?
I'm saying, is there a window away from the guards, like you get down?
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, the window you're looking out right now is at an angle to them. It's not like above them or anything.
could we?
And since they're not looking in towards the building, they won't really, potentially won't see you.
Oh wait, should I tell Greganos something? I can talk to him from here.
How?
Magic.
Oh, Shave is like he's laid up, like he's speaking, but I don't hear anything.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, okay. Say me what you want to say.
I'm just Alexander. Like,
Yeah.
he is just standing there.
I'm gonna. Oh, Shave's gone. I'm gonna let you know, but I've got a plan, and I move us towards to what would be the opposite side of the library, like the.
Okay, there we
all
go.
going through the wall.
What was?
Not necessarily.
Don't bring them through a wall.
Not
I think
necessarily going
Shave
through
has
the
a plan.
wall. Don't worry. Still got my bag of holding with all
Hold
my
on.
equipment.
Hold on.
Hold
I
on.
can
Hold
Misty
on.
Step.
Can you take people with your
helps. Can
Misty
you-
Step?
I can take one person I know of that with Misty Step, can't I?
I think it's Dimension Door.
I thought you
I
could
think
do
Misty
Misty
Step
Step
one
too.
person.
Let me see. Let me see.
I'm looking up right now.
Because
Oh,
Misty
okay.
Step just says, briefly surrounded by silver mist, you teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
The keyword is you.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, it's
It
just
doesn't say
you.
you can bring somebody else.
Yeah, the dimension door is worded differently. It says you and one other creature that you can touch. You can teleport 500 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dimension door is like the upgraded Misty Step.
Okay. So.
Well, I'm looking to see if there's a third floor.
There's a third floor, yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
Let's go check out the third floor.
It's not the time for more books, Ulysses. We need to get out of here.
Oh, wait. Well, yes, but if there's an attic, there might be a openable window in the attic because it gets stuffy. And I'm curious. So let's go check out the third floor.
Okay,
And
check out
Ulysses
the
will
third floor.
try to check out the third floor.
All right, you go check out the third floor.
Anything different? Is it like an attic?
More books. Not an attic. They're just a big, expensive third floor. No,
While
there's
they're
a
doing
there's
that, while they're doing that, I'm going to go downstairs and talk to that lady that showed me the books and ask her what's going on.
Yes, my dear.
Yeah, well, so I heard at the library.
Oh, I don't know. They told me I should stay in for my protection. They said that they were sent by the guard to protect someone inside because they are the victim of an attack or something. That there's this gang or something of trying to kill someone.
Hey,
And they don't
well,
they don't know who it would be the potential killer, so they just said stay inside.
is there any other way out of here? Because I'm kind of getting hungry. I got to eat. If I don't eat, I get a little cranky. It's not good for a library environment.
I'm sorry, my dear, but we only have the front door.
That is against fire code.
Well, you know what? This doesn't care.
This isn't the USA. This is
The
ancient
library of
Greece.
Alexandria got destroyed.
Okay, well, is there like a room I can go to, maybe up on the third floor, where if I start getting a little louder than normal, it's not going to bug too many people?
No, yeah, I mean, there's a few like private rooms of the reading variety up there, if you'd like.
Thank you. Thank you. And I head on back up and tell them what she told me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, to be honest, if they're here to protect a murder victim, I mean, they haven't come in and bothered me. And have you seen this place? Like, it's got 3 floors of books. I've already found a cantrip just lying around. There's a book.
Yeah, we
magical,
were still upstairs, Ulysses.
Study.
We don't know that they're protecting somebody from someone else.
I know, he just said he came up and told us.
Oh, he came up and told us. Great.
Yes, I came up and relayed all the information that was just said.
Okay.
Don't make me do my old lady voice again. I don't even know if that's good or not.
It's good enough.
I can do I'll do my old lady voice. You want a lollipop?
Oh, God, no. Purge it.
No, but seriously, like.
Also, guys, we need to start wrapping up. I'm going to pass out.
Sonny, you should listen to the recordings, mate. Then you'll know.
I'll let my girlfriend do that. I'll let her do that and be the judge. She's a singer. She knows voice better than I do.
The lady said there's some rooms in here where if we're a little bit louder, it's not going to affect anybody. So that's about the only information I can get.
Well, let's see what I can do.
What are these walls made of?
Stone. It's a stone
got
building.
Stone shape? Has anybody got stone shape?
That's a 5th level spell.
Oh yeah, shit, that's right. Damn, Sonny, why aren't you leveling us up?
Yeah, Sonny, why can't I get my 15th level abilities yet?
Because I don't want you to blow everything up with a fire. But I will be right back.
Well, we got spider climb, which
I am back.
That was quick.
Yeah, I just transferred from my phone to my computer.
Why were you on your phone?
I do have a slight idea.
Okay, go on.
I can cast Gust of Wind at the windows in the back, blow them out, make a distraction. Maybe, hopefully, the guards will let us out.
How averse are we to just going along with the guards? I really don't want to make a scene. I'd really rather be able to come back to this library.
Okay, well, we can always just go down and talk to the guards and see what they say. And like, well,
I mean, they might
that's
not want
our
to see
friends right
Alexandra.
here.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not gonna let them
us.
see me.
Yeah, you stay back.
We could try the tunnel.
Phil, how people don't tend to like me. How do people like you? Are you likable?
And at this point, you hear the doors open.
I try to joke him in the first day. How's that for likable?
Yeah,
You hear the doors open, and you hear a few people shuffling inside, and then the clanking of metal boots going up the stairs.
You stay here, and me and Phil will have a talk. So leave Alexander's on the third floor.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk to them in a second. We'll back to the nook. Look like you're reading.
I'm going to stay as close to within earshot as I can without giving my position away, and prepare my crossbow because we've not had crossbows this session. And
for that, you would have to go down to the second floor if you want to stay in earshot of them.
Okay, so as they go, I'm just going to say, shout if you need me, and I stay upstairs. I don't want to be in sight of these guys, considering...
whatever happens, after it goes, I'll send you a message. Just stay, look where he is. Stay in this area, and I'll be able to message you.
Yeah, okay.
You'll hear a whisper in your head.
And
you see the notes where he is. And...
Okay.
And I'm going to prep the weapons, as in the crossbow and the hammer, because I sense a combat coming.
I hope not. Well, we've got two of the least charismatic characters going against Steve, trying to... We're not very charismatic. We need like a bard.
Like,
you also need a cleric.
Yeah, I'd rather have the cleric. Call us Genji because we need healing.
Considering the fact that there's like 4 classes that have charisma as a base stat, it's surprised that we don't have one.
We did have one, but
yes, the paladin.
But
he was a field whale.
His dex was so low it counteracted all of his charisma ability. But
well, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get spotted by the guy that tried to stop me.
Well, luckily for you,
really did cast mage armor like a while ago.
Yeah,
you did.
Your mage armor is still active because it was technically 2 hours ago.
8 hours.
Yep, you still have mage armor, and 3 guards walk up to your nook and have, "Sir, we're here to protect you. We think you are in danger of murder by the cult."
The cult?
Okay.
I look at you and I slowly step away.
Well, that's reassuring, but who is this cult? Like, do they have a name?
Not that we know of, no.
How do you know that they're hunting me?
Is the last person who received a message while in your room that got completely destroyed and someone died in was found murdered, their throats slit and their entrails dragged out of their body.
Huh.
Ew.
Well, I do not want that to happen.
That is why I'm here.
What is your name? My new bodyguard.
It doesn't matter. I'm here to protect you, and that's all that matters.
Well, you guys have gave you a name. Get a name in there. Come on. You can do it, Trevor. You can do it.
What?
Can I make a suggestion? Can I make a suggestion here, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, obviously your boss told you got to protect him, and we are his companions, in a sense. Why don't we all just head down to your boss, and so we can set some ground rules who can and who can't do what, and where we can and can't go, so we don't have this kind of a miscommunication and screw up again, where you didn't let our friends come in and inform us of what was going on.
That is true.
So instead
we
of
don't
you
know.
getting in trouble because you guys were dicks to our friends that were trying to come and tell us what was going on, let's go talk to your boss and set some ground lines.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what he said.
Did I just get outed?
Well, then we were told to keep you in one place because.
And while I'm doing this, I'm casting Mirror Image.
What?
Oh, why are there 3 of him?
Okay.
Wait.
Well, we were
Just to
told.
start screwing with their vision.
Heck, Phil.
We were. And it kind of starts rubbing his eyes. We were told to keep you in one place because and he's like really struggling to see because he's not sure what's going on right now, and he's very confused, and he's like rubbing his eyes to protect you, and because there's infiltrators, and we don't know who to trust, and
well, you trust your boss, right?
I told what I'm supposed to do, and like at this point, like in
So
addition
there's 15 of you.
In addition to rubbing his eyes, he's also like starting to hold his head with like a headache.
He just looks confused, but he actually recognizes the spell, and he's like, he gives Phil a weird look, then looks away because he didn't deal with. All right, don't look at him. He's strange. Your head will feel better, but I mean, I do want to know more about this whole murder plot that I seem to be the subject of. Very curious. I don't know. People have tried to kill me before. I'm not likable. I am pretty good at staying alive, as shown by this.
Oh, just shut up. Do you want to know about the murder plot?
Yes.
I can tell you all about the murder plot.
Are you trying to kill me now?
And
great. Okay.
The second. The 2 guards.
Do you need help?
One of the guards takes out of his pocket a purple disc. It's like a golden disc with a purple gemstone in it, I should say, and holds it out to the 2 of you, while the one who was talking to you takes out a knife and just slits the guard's throat. And I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, great.
This can only go well.
I mean, I've got a really good whiz save, but I'm going to fail anyways. Yeah, now one. You better believe it.
Oh, come on!
Oh, fucking hell.
There you go.
I've been rolling too well today.
Is this considered an act?
Oh, wait, is this magic? Is this a magical effect?
Yes.
I get advantage on the saving throw.
Oh, thank God.
And if it's attack, they have to roll to see if they hit one of my mirror images.
Come on, give me a better roll. There we go. 18.
Why are they different?
It's the same save.
Oh, God.
My wisdom save was.
I don't believe it would be considered an attack, no.
Yeah, so my wisdom save was.
What was it?
12.
So you start to experience a really pounding headache, and you have to like hold your temples because like the pain from the inside out is like excruciating, and it feels like something is trying to claw its way out from out inside your head. And you fall to your knees, like holding your head.
Oh no.
Now, where were we?
Are we in initiative now?
Ulysses, do you need
Not
help?
yet.
I'm upstairs if you need
I mean, I would yell. I would like to yell and send a message. But, I don't know how this falls in that me doing actions.
I mean, you can be doing this while he's doing this to Phil.
And the other guards are just standing there dumbfounded.
Well, I'm the message.
Well, there's
one of them's dead and
behind
the
me.
other one's knifing the dead
the
guy.
other. There was a total of 3 of them. 2 of them were in on it, and the other one.
I mean, it was pretty predictable.
The other
Yeah,
one
yeah,
was
very
knifed.
murdered. But I'm going to both yell and send message down to Greganos. I'm going to say, all right, Alexandros, they're trying to murder me. Please help.
Okay.
And down to Greganos, I'm the message. They're here to protect me, supposedly. And the people that 2 of them were in on it, and they just murdered their friend, and they're trying to kill me right now. Tell the guards that their boss is currently dead, and I'm being murdered.
First of all, I don't think you can say that many words with message.
Yeah, I can. I can't. I'll say. Let me do something a little quicker.
1, 2. I'm going
to get in here.
I'm going to say, because you're trying to do both things at once, you're going to have to say the same thing to both.
Okay. Oh, this would be rough.
I can work
I'm
with.
gonna yell out.
I can work with Alexander. I've been burned.
Yeah. I say, Alexandros, I'm being murdered. And yelling at the same time, Greganos, get your ass in here.
It has to be the same.
Okay,
He's saying all that.
Let's go with
to both of us.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I rushed down the stairs.
Right.
Crossbow at the ready.
I start running.
You hear the whisper in your head.
I start running through the front door, yelling to the guards, "Everybody inside now!" Oh, that sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Make a person.
Get into the chopper. Sorry.
Get to the chopper.
Would that be I don't know if that's an intimidation or a charisma or persuasion.
Why did you roll a spear to hit?
I was clicking things. Don't just ignore that.
Suddenly get a notification saying Greganos spear to hit.
He's very persuasive.
He is very persuasive for someone with -1 charisma.
You intimidated them enough for them to listen to you, and they just kind of like, they don't really follow you, but they kind of like don't hold their pikes in front of you anymore in front of the door, and they kind of let you go through. And at this point,
this is going to be funny. Centaur running up from the stairs.
Oh yes, and at this point, all hell breaks loose, and we are going to pick it up next week.
Oh, come on.
Okay, with that, I think I rolled the wrong thing for my wisdom. I rolled a straight wisdom check, not a wisdom saving throw.
All right, let me check with your wisdom. What would you roll again? 12?
Here, I originally rolled...
I think a 12.
Yeah, so I rolled a 10 plus a 2, and I should have had a plus... Yes.
So that would have been, what?
14?
14? You still would have failed it. It was a 15 DC save.
Oof.
Okay.
God, that was the first time that Satyr Magic Resistance has come in this entire campaign. It's a monumental occasion.
Meanwhile, Tameron has absolutely zero idea this is going down.
Cameron is having lunch with the boss.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay. I'm going to kill the recording here, by the way.